Oh yeah, he's awake and alive.
It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast with your friend Mike. It's the 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast that you like, 'cause it's free. Here he comes out with Billy Matched Up. It's gonna start.
Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt's 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast coming to you live from Southern California.
What?
Is this technically still Southern California? I know I always say it's Mexico where you live. Well, Mexico technically is Southern California, really, when you get into it.
It was.
You know. It was? Are we going to go history? Let's do a history lesson for these people.
History.
Until El Sancho came and liberated these all the white people who were being held under Mexican rule. That's how, because that's in the beginning, all the white people, because we were all out here we were filming movies under the whip hand of the Mexican overlords. And then Columbus came here and he's like, hey, fuck all that, you guys. If they want to make movies, why should they have to do it for you Mexican dudes? Go back to Mexico where you belong. And they're like, all right, man. And then there were some Indian dudes who are like, hey, man, what are you mad at us? And he's like, well, no, just go back to South Dakota where you guys live. They said, okay. And then we were free to make movies, all we wanted. You're raising a hand. You have a question?
Columbus was making movies?
No, we were making movies here in California. Not me. I certainly am not that old. But they were making movies here in California, and their evil Mexican overlords were forcing them to do it. They had the whip out, and they were just like, got the chair out, and they're like, haha, build our Mexican Aztec pyramids, you gringos, and also make a lot of shorts with content floss. And they were like, all right, I guess we got to do this now. And then Columbus rode in on a white sea. He had 3 white horses, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. He rode them across the United States. And naming each state as he went. And then when he got to California, he's like, Dan, what the fuck's going on here with North Mexico? This is no good. This should be something completely different. Why are you guys up here trying to make these people make content floss movies and build Aztec pyramids? And Mexico's like, hey, who the fuck are you, man? He's like, hey, it's Columbus. Fucking Columbus Day. Remember? Go look at a calendar, motherfuckers. You don't believe me? Go ask the guys in Nevada, man. They fucking know who I am when I zipped through there. And the Mexicans are just like, whoa, dude, you're totally Columbus from Columbus Day. He's like, yeah, exactly. They're like, we dig those white horses. He's like, well, if you respect me at all, like I've respected you and all of the other people here in America, why don't you just go back to Mexico, leave this to California, and go make your content floss movies down south, and let us worry about making all sorts of shorts here with Jennifer Lawrence or whoever the fuck. Let us make bait and switch movies with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pine, where it looks like a romantic comedy, but it turns out it's kind of a date rape analogy. Can we do that? Can we possibly make that happen?
What year was this?
Well, it's 1493, right? I think so. Because he got here in 1492. It takes a year to ride horses across America. I think we all know that. And like I said, he's naming states as he goes along. The fucking trip can't be that short. He's literally got to go up north, down south. He's got to name all the states. He's got to get all the Indians organized into their fucking teepees and go ahead. All right, you guys live here. And he gave them all the buffalo. Millions of buffalo were the proof, certainly. And then he just kind of rides over into California. That was his last destination. He actually had to go up to Seattle. He had to go down here. Yeah, he made it work.
One more question.
Yes?
Were they filming these movies on rocks?
Look, I don't know everything about history. Okay? I know what I know, and that's what I know. I'm the Popeye of world history. That's who I am. I know what I know, and that's all what I know. Say, Schmitty the history man. Seriously. So that's what Columbus did. He came over here. He's like, hey, all you Mexicans get it. So that leads us to where we are now, which is where you live, which is technically America still, I think, despite the fact when I went over to Tamale House today to get a delicious plate of tamale and eggs. Oh my God. And I ran into a woman who actually spoke decent English at the register. And I said, I need a tamale breakfast plate, please. I said, with eggs Mexicana. And she said, no, she points at the picture. She goes, only sunny side up. I said, no, it's like an extra $1 and I can get any eggs that I want. I was here last week. She goes, oh, okay. And then she rang me up for eggs Mexicana. And then I said, can you throw some cheese in there? And she goes, cheese? I said, queso. She goes, I said, just throw some queso in the eggs. Well, like cheddar cheese or queso cheese or, just, I don't want liquid like the sauce. I want just like shredded cheese, like, dry cheese. She had no idea what I was fucking talking about. I just want cheese and the fucking eggs. And then finally she's just like, And I said, no, just put queso. She goes, queso after the eggs, I put queso in? And I said, sure, whatever you got to do. I don't fucking care. I'm tired of debating it. Whatever, just put just sprinkle queso. Because again, they give you the beans with queso melted right on the top. So just do that with the eggs. Throw the fucking queso into the eggs. I get the fucking clamshell. I open it up. There's my gorgeous eggs mexicana. There's a puerco tamale. There's some rice and beans with 3 solid homemade chips buried directly into the beans. Beans covered in a thin layer of melted queso. And then off to the side, a giant brick of fucking tofu-looking queso that's not even melted or anything, just whacked off a hunk and threw it in the old clamshell. Like I'm supposed to chop it up cold and throw it in my fucking eggs. Way to ruin everything here, Maria. I'm sure that was her name. Had to be. I didn't see her name tag. But then get this. All right, so here, you got to park. You know where Tamale House is, right?
I do.
Okay, it's just up the street. And here's my favorite part for everybody listening. You know that I'll say like, oh, I went over to Pants House or Fat Guy House, right? I always call everything house. Yeah. This is literally called Tamale House. That's the name. God damn, I love it. Even if it was not, I would call it that anyway. But the best part is that it's Tamale House. It's gorgeous. Because when Columbus came through here, he started pointing at shit. He goes, that's a fucking El Pollo Loco. That is a tamale house. Boom. So I, as you know, I'm weak, so I have to go to Tamale House every time I come to here to record. And before I just got tamales, but now I get eggs and tamales. Did I talk about this on the show already? I don't even know. I feel like I told somebody about it. But I so I went and got that plate. But as I was there, 3 I don't know, 3 Mexican dudes from Central Casting came in. You know what I mean? They just Julio Cesar Chavez sent them to pick up lunch. You know what I mean? It's just those fucking dudes. They're just grizzled with like white mustaches and hats and dirty clothes. And I don't know if they were working in the fields or they were working with a general contractor, but they were laborers. You could tell that they were men who make a living in the sun. They are just constantly wiping their brow with kerchiefs and then going home to have a cerveza and a siesta. That's what they are doing that's who they are. They work 12 hours. They toil in the fields. They bring me my lemons. That's who these guys are. And good for them. So they're in line behind me to get their delicious lunch at Tamale House, which only adds to the authenticity of Tamale House for me. Because like you go to all these other joints, there's Mexican places, and they're like, Carniceria de Boquerno. And you walk in and it's like, fucking mariachis are there making your food. I mean, it's literally, they just lay it on thick with the whole Mexican deal. But this place is a gorgeous, chrome, beautiful, new type restaurant, but they make authentic food. It's delicious. And it's because I must admit, when I first drove up, because again, all these other places, like I said, are the name Carniceria de, Tripa, Lengua, or whatever the fuck. And it's in Spanish, and then they make authentic food. I like authentic Mexican food. So when I saw Tamale House, I'm like, well, I got to go in there just because it's called Tamale House and I love tamales, but there's no way it's going to be authentic. So I'll try one. And then I tried it and it was fucking great. I told you there was a guy there waiting to buy and get 200. Fucking, did I talk about this shit?
Yes, but that's okay.
What a fucking failure I am. No, it's terrible. Fuck.
Tell me about the 3 guys behind you.
No, but now how old am I? I'm 50 fucking years old. I'm just spinning yarns about fucking tamales over and over every goddamn week. Is that what this is? I've been doing this show for 10 fucking years. I wind up here recapping tamales every fucking week. Nobody wants to tune in for that nonsense.
Can we talk about the business here for a second?
All right.
On air? Okay. Well, when I was working with David in radio, I would sometimes say to David, but you told this story already. And do you know what he would say to me? Not everyone tunes in every time at the same time during the day or listens every day for all 3 hours of what we're doing. So sometimes you'll recap a story to tell another story. And that's part of what you do.
And you divorced him. So obviously I'm doing something wrong.
Because he cheated on me. I didn't divorce him because he didn't do radio well.
Well, that's your fault. Ow, 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 ow.
I don't think it's my fault that his dick fell into someone he picked up on.
No. I meant it's your fault you didn't divorce him because he did bad radio. Not about the cheating thing. You took it that way?
I was like, I thought you were being funny.
No. I was saying the second he did bad radio, you should have been out the fucking door. Is my point.
He didn't do bad radio. I learned a tremendous amount about radio and comedy from him. I am grateful for that.
As did I.
Yeah, so
because I was a weekly guest. I was a weekly guest on his show.
I know. There's nothing wrong with being a telling part of a story to get into the second part of the story that you're telling.
But there is. Then you're this fucking idiot babbling about nothing.
Grandpa on the porch. You're recapping to catch people up who didn't know it and to remind people of something funny from before.
That's exactly who I am. I'm internet grandpa on your electronic porch. I am.
So tell me about the 3 guys behind you.
I'm internet grandpa. Hold on, I got to pull my pants up above my chin. I would love to tell the story, except I got hard candy fusing in my pocket. Oh my Lord, I got a handful of change here. I got a jingle. What the fuck happened to me? This is awful. Everything has gone completely south. I'm going to have white pubic hair eventually. That's terrible.
Welcome to the club.
If I had any.
Oh. You do. It's just not always there.
It's just what?
It's inside waiting to come out.
Wait, like when you get your hand cut off, you got a phantom limb? I got phantom pubes?
No,
I don't want to have phantom pubes. Dude, you know what I want to have? Funky phantom pubes. That's what I want to have. I want the pubes of a gay ghost of a Revolutionary War officer. That's what I want to have. I want Paul Revere's ghostly gay pubes in my pants. I must have them. Stage left. Gray pubes. Isn't that how he talked, right? Wasn't he that guy, the funky phantom? He had like a cat. Dude, what the fuck? See, cartoons are genius back then. They literally went, hey man, what if there was like a totally gay Revolutionary War officer, but he was a ghost and he solved crimes with a bunch of kids and he had a cat? And they're like, yes, of course. Why not? See, that's when Columbus was making people liberated and they could make the kind of art they wanted to make. Now now you gotta have superheroes and robots and all that bullshit. Fuck that. Give me a gay sergeant who hides in a clock and hangs out with a cat and solves crimes. Fuck yes. And then has me have his funky phantom gray pubes in my pants. Oh, dude. I didn't know that he could have phantom pubes. That's weird. All right, I didn't realize that. So you say that they're always there. I just don't know that they're there.
Well, yeah, because you have them ripped out. So they're constantly in a state of regeneration or just showing themselves, right?
Not just regeneration. The greatest regeneration.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
There were 3 guys behind you.
Oh, these fucking these dudes, and they, it almost was like they were kind of resentful. They were behind me in line because I was having the queso argument with the woman. Not even an argument, just a discussion. Like, I need queso, please. And look, I know the word for queso, and
you need to learn the word for melted.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because like I said, I opened up the clamshell and it just whacked off. It was just a giant. It looked like you just put a bar of fucking white soap in there. You know what I mean? It was just huge.
What did you do with it?
I threw it out when I got here.
You didn't. I would have put it in the microwave and melted it and poured it over.
It's not my fucking job. Do your fucking job, Maria. Melt my fucking queso. Who do you think you are?
Tell her to melt it. You just said queso.
I understand it's not called Melting House, but I don't give a fuck, man. If I want fucking cake, who the fuck wants fresh cheese? I mean, I did. Well, shredded cheese you could put on there.
They will just bite off a chunk and chew on it. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But so do white people from the Midwest.
Well, so do Italians.
So everyone eats chunky cheese.
Listen, you know me. I don't like a freestanding cheese. We've known this since year 1. I don't care for a freestanding cheese.
That's the name of the show, freestanding cheese.
Then people will go, oh, it's a rerun. Because they all know. Everybody who listens knows I don't like a freestanding cheese.
People who didn't listen from the beginning are now learning about you.
No, there's nobody in the world who didn't listen from the beginning. Every listener we have now are the listeners we started with. We haven't gained any and we haven't lost any. My numbers have not changed from day fucking 1.
That is not true.
These people all here now, they've been in it from the beginning and they've not left and they're never leaving until I die. But no new people come in at all. Ow, I just hit my hand. So I mean, she just whacked off a piece of fucking cold ass cheese and threw it in there. And it was all otherwise delicious. I mean, it was so good. But then I saw that the cheese was just lurking. I don't want a fucking salty diving board. Throw that shit out, man. Who do you think you are? And I like a queso. I don't mind a queso. But whatever. I got to figure out language. I got to learn Spanish just so I can order my lunch better. Or at least just to mix into the eggs. But also, I got to be honest. I wanted like cheddar cheese in my eggs and they didn't have it. They had only queso. Which is fine, I suppose. I mean, and again, you go to these joints because that's authentic. They don't have any cheddar cheese. I just wanted cheddar cheese in my eggs. I thought they might have it. But no, it's all queso fresco. So she put it in there and I saw it. I was like, but I wasn't going to throw it out in front of her because she was nice enough to put it in there. And she didn't charge me for it. I will tell you that. If she had charged me for the queso and then I opened it up and I saw the fucking, Rocky Mountains of fucking cheese in there, I'd have been like, come on, man, melt this shit. Which probably would not have endeared me to them or anybody else in the building. Come on, man, melt this shit. But the 3 dudes are behind me and they, of course, were just right out of the grapes of wrath. You know what I mean? And they're just huddled over with their torn jeans and grass stains from 1950 as they built this city. They built it on rock and roll and fucking horchata. So they were just huddled like in their blankets as they're waiting to get their gruel dispensed to them. And again, they looked hard, man. They were those dudes who looked like they looked like they were working in the fields and never stopped. And they just now, after 15 years, they went, you know what, go get some lunch, fellas. Seriously, you've been toiling quite a bit in the elements. It seems like maybe 2 days after the baby Jesus was born, we can cut you loose to go get some food at Tamale House. They were just weathered and grizzled and yeah, they look like those dudes. They look like, you know what, 3 of them, they all look like the 3 dudes who snuck in to kill Tony Montana at the end, like, but just without the flashy suits, just fucking like grizzled and yeah. So anyway, so these dudes were, obviously they were a Mexican death squad. So I was behind them ready to walk out, but they came in, so they parked again. Now obviously they work in, like I said, the fields. They work for a contractor. They work with their hands. They're the salt of the earth, these gentlemen. Except when I went outside, they were obviously, because again, it's this parking lot, and there's like, there's only 8 spots in there for Tamale House, and then there's 2 others, like an auto body shop, and then there's like a Quick Mart, and again, but it's not, but it's a Mexican Quick Mart, so it's not like, hey, I'm gonna go get a box of tricks. It's like, hey, I better go get some nopales. You know what I mean? It's the only place that, well, not here though. Everybody else has them here, but you'll find that, and you'll get into these little neighborhoods that have these Mexican markets because then they'll have, oh my God, we're out of piloncillo. We need to run down to the corner. Whereas if you're in Chicago, you're like, hey man, let's run down to the corner and get some piloncillo. It's like, is that a Volkswagen? Like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I know they got a Jetta and a Passat, and is there a piloncillo? Is that what that is? I'm fascinated by piloncillo though. It's
Why are you fascinated by it?
because it looks like a couch leg. You know how if you pick up a couch, it's got those 4 legs that you screw in or whatever?
You're right.
Yeah. So it's like, but it looks like it's just made of pure sugar. So it makes me think at some point someone had a couch made of pure sugar, the entire thing, and they only decided to sell the legs to everybody, but they ate the rest. It's some monster who ate all the cushions and everything else by himself.
The dream I had earlier that I was telling you about seems really normal now.
Well, listen, we'll get to that in a minute.
I don't know that we will.
Yeah, we will. I got to jerk off.
Couch leg.
But yeah, so like imagine that, like a totally edible couch with like marshmallow pillows. Although I hate marshmallows. I'm not a fan. Oh, gross.
You were wrong.
I hated that joke when they'd be like, oh, I dreamed I ate a giant marshmallow. He's like, oh, I woke up, my pillow was gone. I would much rather eat the pillow than eat a giant marshmallow. I hate
you are
marshmallows.
so wrong.
No, horrible.
Giant marshmallows are awesome.
I watch all those baking shows, like the holiday baking show and stuff like that, and they're all like, I'm gonna make a homemade marshmallow. I'm like, ugh, just fucking
They're
gross.
amazing.
No, fuck that.
You are so wrong.
No, it's just they're like the Blob. Because you ever see the Blob? The Blob eats you. You don't eat the Blob. The Blob eats you.
But they're not. A
Learn the natural order of things. You don't eat the Blob. The Blob eats you. I saw a little kid at Ralph's the other day holding marshmallows, like ran to his mom, and he was hugging them. Like hugging, that's how tiny he was. He looked like Cindy Lou Who, and he had a bag of like, the big bag of marshmallows, and he's hugging them, and he runs to his mom, and he's like, ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? He's saying whatever in Spanish. And I don't know, where have I been hanging out?
My house.
Really? But he runs up and he's squeezing the marshmallows. And here's my favorite part of the whole thing. He's in the candy aisle. Okay? But that's what he could reach. He didn't like marshmallows. I know he didn't like because I know he didn't. Because I made eye contact with him like, come on, fella.
I love marshmallows.
No,
I love
grim.
Marshmallows. I'll just go in and grab a couple and eat them.
No.
They're wonderful.
I remember when we used to go to do like s'mores or whatever. I did a hayride once in Chicago. And it was me and Karen, and we were up with Burt Borth, who ran the Funny Bone, and the whole crew of the Funny Bone went on this hayride. It was fucking awesome. I won't lie. We had total fun. And then at the end, there was like a big fire, and they were like, make s'mores. And I was just eating like fucking graham crackers and chocolate. Yeah, it's all I ate all the Hershey bars and the graham crackers. I didn't like give a fuck about the marshmallows. By the end of it, there's this giant pile of marshmallows. Like, fuck, Schmitty, what are you doing here? You gonna help us out? No.
I'm not inviting you to my house or a s'mores party.
Well, no, I can, but I'll eat just get
No,
extra
yeah,
chocolate.
no,
Wait a minute. Why am I not invited? Why don't you just buy extra chocolate?
No.
Accommodate me.
No, I will make you eat a s'more.
Fucking accommodate me, goddammit. You know what? I'm going to order s'mores at your party. You just give me a clamshell. I'll open up. There's just a big pile of marshmallows right in the side, just whacked off. Melted chocolate, delicious graham cracker, and then boom, just a pile of fucking marshmallows. Hey, do it yourself. Fucking do it yourself lunch. Fucking do it yourself s'more, goddammit. Although I guess s'mores are really do it yourself. I want to, fuck it. I want to get so rich. I want to have a party. Have a s'mores valet, and have just a guy out there. He's just bruleeing fucking things and handing them to you. Although he's got to wear a glove. That grosses the shit out of me. I got to be honest with you. It's weird that it grosses me out because it should be completely opposite. But I worked in so many restaurants and I never wore gloves. Never. I mean, I made food. I did all that shit. Well, I washed my hands. I wasn't an animal, but we never wore gloves. And I never did growing up. None of us did. And we all lived. And now you go to a restaurant and it really kind of grosses me out to see people wearing the plastic gloves when they make my food. I know that seems weird. It's antithetical because it should be like, oh, good, at least they're wearing gloves. But if you ever wear plastic gloves, like those gloves, they make your hands sweat something fierce. Yeah. So then I just, it's dripping out the bottom at some point onto your goddamn sandwich, and you're just like, oh, I don't need that extra flavor, man. Just fucking seal it up. And just dip their hands in paraffin when they come to fucking work at this point, and then let them go until it wears off, and then they got to go home. Honestly. Huh?
You have issues.
Fuck yeah, I do. Well, let's talk about that shit. I'm sitting here, dude, get this. I fucking walk into her house, and I sit down, and she's got her laptop open across the room. This isn't funny. No, because people are going to agree with me and they're going to be like, oh, whatever, dickhead.
No one is going to agree with you except
Bullshit.
other crazy people.
Everyone will agree with me.
I'm calling you all crazy right now.
Hold on a second. You're launching a pre-crazy?
Pre-crazy.
Whoa. All right. Preliminary crazy launch.
And
all right.
by the way, mental illness is not something to be ashamed of.
Neither is ridicule.
Oh, thank you for making me laugh.
Sure, why not? It's more scared than ashamed, I guess. I'm proud of myself. So I get in here and I sit the fuck down and I can see her laptop. It's in my peripheral vision, not in my line of vision. It's not in the line of fire either. Standing in the line of fire and it's going to shoot you. Who sings that song, ladies and gentlemen? Journey. Let's have this talk. Fuck, Christmas Eve, I was over at my buddy's house, Matt. And you know who Dave Higgins is?
Yeah.
I shouldn't even call out Dave by his name, but Dave was there. So I know Dave. So Dave's a good guy. But it's like, we got into this detailed discussion about Journey going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he was just like, because they were saying that Steve might not be there or whatever, yeah. And so the wife was like, she goes, I don't even acknowledge anything Journey ever did without Steve Perry. You know why it came up? Because someone saw the documentary. I guess there's a Journey documentary about Ariel Pineda and how he was discovered in the Philippines, and she's like, yeah, this is I got no interest in any Journey, anything at all without Steve Perry. And I'm like, you know what? You're missing out. Because actually he's really good. Like if you listened, you might not know the difference for a minute. You'd know eventually. She's like, yeah, no, I can't do it. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, I mean, it's actually pretty good. And they wrote some good songs. I mean, it's still the band. It's just, they got him. And then Dave comes in and he's like, it's not Journey. It's not Journey without Steve Perry. You can't say that. And he goes, and I'm like, well, Steve Perry wasn't there in the beginning either when it was the Santana guys and Greg Raleigh, and Steve came on board and they totally changed the band into what it became. And he's like, yeah, but then you can't continue once he leaves. I'm like, no, you absolutely can. It's like still 5 of the dudes. It's just the singer left. And granted, your identity changes a little bit, but why should those 5 guys go, well, we can never play these songs again. And, but it was a fun discussion, but at the same time, he was not backing down. He was like, straight up, if you don't have Steve Perry, you're not Journey. And if you don't have David Lee Roth, you're not Van Halen. I'm like, no, you're just different entities. Because I remember I talked on the show here, I think the one thing that bands miss the opportunity to do is bring in new dudes and just kind of refresh everything. Yeah. Like I talked about it before where I was like, because I used to be against it. I used to be, no fucking way, you can't do that. But now I'm like, fuck no, you love this music, so bring in dudes who are kind of like that and let them do the same thing. It's like a farm club, and you bring up a guy from like the fake Boston, and he comes ahead and he becomes a singer. It's perfect. Journey should have like a farm team of like fake Journeys all over playing clubs, and then when someone gets an injury, they go, all right, let's call down to the farm system and send up a new fucking drummer. And then because if your Journey and your drummer goes to jail for beating up a woman or child molestation or whatever the fuck you want up doing, he did, Dean Castronovo.
A little different, still terrible, but a little different.
No, it was just a bad night. that is one long bad night.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, I don't know what he did, Dean Castronovo. Like he literally, it's like he punched a woman and then fingered her daughter. Like it's like some weird confluence of events that he got involved in, and it was like, Castronovo, what the fuck, man. But then they bring in Steve Machine Gun Smith to take his place, who is the Journey drummer before all the things happened with Steve Perry leaving and stuff, whatever the fuck. But it just made me laugh that Dave would not let it go. Like because Matt and I we kept trying to gently go, well, and he'd go, no, you can't, you absolutely cannot. You're not the same band. And I'm like, yes, it's not the same band, but it's still Journey. It's just a different version of Journey with a different singer. I go, plus they've written other music. And he's like, well, they can't play any of the old music that they don't have Steve Perry. And I'm like, this is the hill you're going to die on? You're Dave Higgins, comedy genius, Journey apologist? That's what you're going to be? Which made me laugh. You're with him? Dude, I don't even fucking know you now. Why did you do this?
It wasn't Van Halen once Sammy Hagar came in.
No, it's Van Halen if Dave and...
It was a Van Halen cover band at that point.
Oh, you are... Oh, man, get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck do you think you are?
They had
Shut up. Shut up. I don't give a fuck. No, this is the one time I get male privilege and you can shut the fuck up. So fucking wrong. I got news for you. Who the fuck is the drummer and who the fuck is the guitarist? Van Halen. It's that's how they sign the checks. And if they cut checks to fucking Sammy Hagar, the name Van Halen is on it. So guess what? It's fucking Van Halen if they're involved. If fucking Alex and Eddie went and formed a goddamn soccer team, they'd be Van Halen.
That's how it works.
You are wrong, man. So fucking wrong. It's a different incarnation of an entity, but it does not take the Van Halen out of the fucking band.
You're talking about the name of the people.
No, I'm
that
talking
were
about the
in it.
music. Dude, if Eddie's playing guitar and Alex is playing drums, you have Van Halen. I don't give a fuck if the two of them join the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones may have something
They
to
would
say about
become
that.
Van Halen.
I don't think
If Charlie Watts and Keith Richards die and Eddie and Alex go, well, let's join the Stones, that is now the Van Halen show featuring Mick Jagger. That's what it is.
Okay, then it was Van Halen featuring Sammy Hagar.
I'll accept that.
All right. We agreed to kind of agree.
I can accept that, but like Eddie said, when fucking Dave left and Sammy joined the band, was he going to change the name? And he's like, it's my fucking name. Why am I going to change the fucking name? This band is my name. It's my band.
Should have just called it Van Halen 2.
Which would have played in perfectly, but then of course there would have been some nerd who would have been like, why aren't they doing Dance the Night Away? This is my favorite song off Van Halen 2. Get the fuck out of here, jerk. I hate that imaginary guy I just made up. Not
I
a
hate
fan.
all of them. I hate everyone.
Says do I. I hate them all. I hate marshmallows. I hate cold cheese. I hate the whole fucking
You're
thing.
so wrong about marshmallows.
And you're so wrong about Van Halen. We agree to fucking disagree, but you're still wrong.
It's not.
How fucking dare you? Because that was the thing is Matt tried to creep it into that territory when we were talking, and he's like, he goes, now he's talking about Journey. He's like, Journey with, Steve O'Jerry, or he didn't even say Steve O'Jerry. I brought up Steve O'Jerry, and then he's like, but this Ariel guy, he sounds a lot like Steve Perry. He goes, it's not like when Van Halen went ahead and hired Sammy Hagar and everything changed. And I go, don't.
You got a Van
Don't.
Halen line. Okay, he's got a Journey line. You have a Van Halen line.
But I'm right.
But you're wrong.
I'm right.
You're wrong.
Bullshit. It's Van Halen. There again. It's not like Steve Perry. It's not like Steve Perry left a band with Neil Journey as the guitarist and Steve Journey as the drummer. That's bullshit.
Okay, but if McDonald's changes their menu and brings in all these lighter, healthier meals, it's not McDonald's anymore.
Is there an M outside?
McDonald's by name.
Is there an M
It's not
outside?
McDonald's anymore.
Is there an M outside?
There
Is there an M outside?
Yes, there
Fucking
is.
McDonald's.
But it's
If
not
there are
the same.
arches, it's McDonald's. I don't give a fuck. They sell lamb chops. It's got a big fucking gold M with over billions served, and there's a fucking clown waving me inside. That is either a trap or a McDonald's.
What if they stop serving burgers completely and they go all vegetarian? Are they still McDonald's?
Things
This
change.
cafe bullshit.
People evolve.
I disagree.
You can make that
People
choice.
don't.
People do. Apparently McDonald's did in this weird scenario you just created.
The name of the show is Van Halen cover band.
Fuck that. No such fucking thing.
Van Halen cover band.
You're so goddamn wrong. Terrible.
But if they're bringing them up, it's no longer the band because then they're now, eventually you replace the whole team. It's no longer that anymore.
Well, if everybody dies, if Eddie and Alex die, there is no more Van Halen, unless Wolf wants to have a project that he names Van Halen. But, I mean, the actual entity, the actual incarnation of Van Halen with Eddie and Alex, that's Van Halen. I don't give a fuck who they hire. They could hire me to play bass and you to sing, and we're still Van Halen.
Sounds awful.
Oh, it's a mess. It's terrible. Certainly a mistake on their part. I'm not questioning their business acumen in any way. If they'd hire us, I certainly would. But in reality,
Although I would like to cover Just a Gigolo. Oh, wait, that was a solo project.
yeah, that's not Van Halen. Get it straight.
Oh,
But if
I
they
think
hire
it
the two
is.
of us-
I think Dave gets to go and take the name too. It should be Van Halen also.
No, he wants to name his band Roth. Go right ahead. If he left and they named their band Roth, that's shitty. You can't do that. It's their fucking name.
So whose name's Journey?
Exactly.
It doesn't work. None of them have the last name Journey.
They had the band Journey before Steve showed up.
You're arguing a name versus a made-up name.
Right, so they could still be Journey.
No, I disagree because you're arguing that it's still their name. That's bullshit.
They own it.
I
They
go
created
back,
under
it's now
it.
a cover band.
You're
We
fucking
disagree
wrong.
again.
Bullshit. Yeah, you completely. Well,
You're
again,
wrong about
we can disagree all we
marshmallows,
want, but you're wrong. We can disagree all you want, but you're absolutely fucking wrong.
Speaking of
Journey is
crazy-
still Journey.
Speaking of crazy,
I can't. Oh my god.
we need to get Erica in on this and see what she thinks.
No, we absolutely do not. Because she'll talk about some local cover band and she'll be like, they're the best. No, I don't know. She will not. No.
Get her on the phone.
She'll call like one of the four guys she's dating and she'll be like, what do you think?
She have 4 guys she's dating.
I don't know. She's got a lot of guys on the string. She's very busy. That's our friend Erica who drives me to and from the airport and comes to 2020 all the time.
I think she's awesome.
She's the best. But she would agree with me. So I come into at Lily's house, and like I said, in my peripheral vision, there's the.
There's a journey.
How do we get into this? There's a laptop, and it's open, and it's got the. She has Facebook up on it, and like I said, I can see it out of my peripheral vision. But then she had her cursor over like the messages or the notifications. So the drop-down window was open. So not only was the Facebook page open, but then the drop-down notifications page was open. And I saw it, and I made a note of it, and I didn't really think much of it. And then I saw it again, and I thought, well, that's kind of stupid. And I saw it again, and I was like, all right, well, something's got to be done about this nonsense.
Crazy train.
That's incorrect, man. I'm not wrong here. You're burning what's that thing where if you have too many screens up, you hurt your fucking computer and it burns right in there? You would have had it burned right in there, man. I'm doing you a favor.
That hasn't happened since seven different screens ago. We no longer burn things into screens. We no longer have dot matrix printers either. I don't know if you know that.
Well, first, it sounds like I'm doing you a favor by pointing this out, just so you know, because I don't want it to burn into your screen.
Yeah,
I didn't understand any of that technical mumbo jumbo
like that anymore.
You just went through. I don't understand all your nonsense with technical bullshit just because you used to produce a radio show, but
about computers.
That's fine, right? So, which is why you should really be one of the people who understands what I'm talking about.
How it works.
But then you got fired from that job. So I mean, I don't know if I trust you and your knowledge.
Fired. I quit actually.
You got whacked. I said, get out. I'm finding a younger you. Get out.
With a Vaughn in her name.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not.
Let's.
No, let's not.
Okay, I'll get
If you want to do, you can do your show and then you can do it. And if I'm a guest on your show, I'll talk about that all fucking day. But on this show, let's keep it to Journey Van Halen arguments and how much we hate marshmallows. All right, so
we don't hate marshmallows.
You have to have a united front. We are a fucking team. Yeah, no, fuck this. I'm tired of your insolence. Seriously, you gotta quit fighting back. Just you know what? If marshmallow hate is inevitable, lay back and enjoy it.
Oh, you are on a roll today, aren't you?
I'm good at this comedy thing
You're
sometimes.
in men's rights, aren't you?
I'm an SJW. Is that what I am? Or an MRA? I don't know what the fuck they are. They all get their bullshit fucking acronyms, and it's all just code for we're mad. Shut the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Go get a job. Quit periscoping to people and thinking that makes you important, you fuck. God damn it, all of them should be just cut down with the scythe. Just the scythe. And I don't mean a scythe, the scythe. We need the scythe to just cut off the heads of all of these fucking MRA, whatever the fuck, SJW, fighting back and forth and cucks and all this nonsense online and arguing back and forth via Vine and Ello and using social media and getting angry and upset and trying to get people fired from jobs, but then demanding apologies and disavowing and oh my fucking God. Go out and protest something that means something. Go stand outside in front of your house with a sign that just says, I love me, you should too. Do whatever the fuck you got to do. But get out of my fucking hair and get out of my fucking Twitter feed and get off the fucking... And terrible that I even have a Twitter feed that I read. That's the thing. I'm reading it like a fucking book for 4 hours where guys argue and they piss and they moan and they go back and forth. And then Carrie Fisher dies and everybody's like, oh my God, this is one of the saddest moments of my life. And other people are like, people are still going to die next year. You do realize that, right? It's like, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yes, I know that. People die all the fucking time. Another thing is when people argue, they're just like, well, I can't believe it. We know who I feel bad for with all the, like Carrie Fisher and George Michael die. You know who I really feel bad for? Like people who just have a family where their uncle died and they got to deal with Carrie Fisher and George Michael. Everybody being upset about that. There's no fucking false equivalency between somebody's uncle and Carrie fucking Fisher. Okay? I saw Star Wars. It didn't have somebody's uncle in it. I read Postcards from the Edge. It wasn't written by somebody's uncle. That family can mourn. There is nobody, the world does not get to celebrate the loss of your fucking uncle. I'm sorry that you feel it does, but why don't you and your family mourn him quietly? And all the people who loved him can feel something for him, and you don't have to lash out at the people who feel bad about Carrie Fisher. Now look, does that mean I need to see some guy periscoping with fake Leah buns and going, my childhood is ruined? No, it doesn't mean that either.
Yes, it does. My childhood is ruined.
Everybody can express themselves any way they want. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. Podcasting is the problem. They give any idiot a microphone and thinks he can say whatever the fuck he wants about marshmallows and fucking. What the hell happened? Grow the fuck up and get a job. Go build something, man. Use your fucking hands for something other than writing a sad letter. Bullshit. Typing a sad letter. Bullshit. Typing a sad text. Bullshit. Jerking off while reading a text. I don't know what you do with your fucking hands these days. Nobody writes. Nobody does any of it. God damn it. I'm tired of it. We're just going to evolve. You know how we evolve according to our behaviors? Literally in 35 years, people are just going to be giant mouths with huge fucking thumbs attached from texting or fucking social media posting. That's it. That's all they'll have. Tiny little fucking brains. Covered by red MAGA hats. The fuck? So tired of hearing people whine and bitch and moan. I do it too. I did it in the beginning of this fucking show. And yes, I do it all the time, and I've done it for 9 fucking years. So if you're tired of it, get the fuck out. Although you won't. Why would you? You've been here from the beginning. We talked about it in the beginning. Literally, I've never lost anybody or gained anybody. Everybody's just fucking sitting here. I can feel myself getting old. I can feel myself becoming the old people that we always joked about and made fun of, who like look at the young and go, oh, whatever. Oh my God. It's just, I'm not scared of it. I recognize that none of this is for me, but unfortunately I'm firmly ensconced in the middle of it. I may have said firmly. I don't know. You know what? You know why? Because that's totally true. I'm firmly ensconced in it, like Artie fucking Johnson and Laughing behind a goddamn tree, just peeking out and going, this is very interesting, except it's not. There couldn't be anything less interesting than people arguing on fucking line. Well, Carrie Fisher, I'm so sad about it. Oh, so what about Carrie Fisher? George Michael died. Ha ha ha. You know what? He was supposed to wake me up before he went. Ha ha. Shut the fuck up, all of you, making fucking jokes.
Wake me up before he went.
It's so terrible. I wrote that, certainly. But so what? I made it up. But it's just the thing where everybody, again, like I talked about artless snark in the second year of this fucking show. And it's just gotten more artless. And again, I don't begrudge anybody anything. Make fun of anything you want. Anything in the world is funny. You can tackle whatever you want to do. But you got to realize, eventually you're just typing sigh. You know what I mean? You're not to be noticed. You're not to be noticed. Some of us are meant to be noticed. Some of us are not. You can rattle your internet saber as much as you fucking want. It doesn't make you important. Just because you insult people and write and oh, I made you mad, bro. Hey, bro, did I make you mad, bro? Ha ha, whatever, bro. Dude, you mad, bro? Yeah, I'm fucking mad. Why is that a bad thing? Ha ha, I made you mad. So what? So fucking what?
Playgrounds.
Yes, it is. But I love the fact that they think, because again, that's the thing, you can't win an argument with anybody anymore because they're all like, well, man, it doesn't bother me. Like, whatever, dude, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it doesn't bother you because you're just a fucking nobody. You live in an ant farm just like I do. And I'm nobody too. I'm not pretending to be anybody. Nobody should, I've said millions of times, hey man, there's no level of import to anything that I do here. We're just fucking around. And that's fine. I wish it was more than that. I wish I was some fucking Harvard professor somebody would listen to, or I wish I had some sort of real level of discourse that I could bring to the public good, and I don't. I get me. I'm not looking for that. I'm truly not.
I'm not giving you that, but I'm saying I think everybody is important to certain people that they influence. We do. We all have those.
My friend Joe Wilson, he literally sold shirts for years. When I first moved here in '97, he used to say, "We're all famous to a few people."
Yeah.
That's what he used to say all the time. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem.
Why is that a problem?
Because people realized they could weaponize it and use it for bad.
Well, that is, yes, power corrupts. Yes.
Yes. So, but then the smart people came along and used those dumb people as a cudgel or a bulldozer to get what they fucking wanted. And now they're all leaving them behind. And these people are just powerless and don't understand that they were never, ever involved or accepted. And that's what it gets down to, is acceptance. That's all anybody wants. Everybody wants to just be told they're okay or they're right or they're good. But unfortunately, the new way to do it is to make fun of the other or to subjugate others to prove that you're better. Nobody's accepting anybody on equal footing anymore. If those guys are good, I can't be good. So I have to make sure they're not good anymore so I can be better. Fuck, man. Just live your life and let everybody be cool. Just be cool. Like fucking John Travolta said, be cool. Like George Clooney said it from Dusk Till Dawn. Everybody be cool. You. Be cool. That's all you got to do. Just fucking be cool to one another. Jesus Christ. People yelling and shouting and, again, Trump's not even in office yet and people are still laughing and spiking the football. And then my favorite part is they're still like yelling about Obama and Hillary and it's just like, dudes, you won. You own this country. Tear it apart. Gleefully strip it for parts. Go ahead. I'll meet you in Valhalla, all shiny and chrome in 4 fucking years. Gonna be a blood bag in the hood of somebody's fucking car. That's how it's gonna go. Maybe that's why I put all my weight back on, because I don't want to be on the hood of somebody's car because I'll smash it. That's why I just got to make sure. I need to taint my blood and give it diabetes so I can't be somebody's blood bag. I got to just fucking realize, just let me live out my days as a goddamn drone with a microphone. That's it, a microdrone. That's all I'll be. Just make me a microdrone. I'll fucking do my best to rally whatever sliver of the public goes ahead and pays attention to me, and then I'll just fucking hide in my ant farm apartment. Go to the gym 3 times a week for no reason at all, because I'm dying every second just like we all are. There's no reason to be good. There's no reason to be better. Why? You are who you are. Just fucking accept it. Just fucking die. Just stop breathing. Everybody, just go ahead and end it.
Ooh, happy holidays.
Yeah. Just fucking go get some rat poison and make a turkey and stuff it with it and just fucking eat it and then sit at the table and hope and wonder if you'll be taken away. Rat poison's a bad way to go, though.
Yeah.
You got to go like John Shuck style and MASH, right? Just got to fucking have the dude singing Suicide is Painless and then you get laid like one last time and they throw you in the bunk, right? MASH was a movie before it was a TV show. Shut the fuck up, everybody. All right, so with who? Donald Sutherland and Elliot Gould.
And
John Shuck.
and
Sally Kellerman.
thank you. Finally get to the women. Thank you.
Wow.
I got issues too.
I guess
dude.
so. Your turn. I'll just sit back here, crack my knuckles, and let you go. So she's got the Facebook open. You know the Facebook. It's like the Twitter.
The book of face.
She's got it open. She's got the little notifications menu dropped down, and I saw it. And like I said, I paid attention to it a few times. And I'm like, all right, we gotta fucking fix this. So I said, and again, because normally here's something I do in her house that she hates. I'll come in and let me describe where we're at. You know, at the oldest building in Hollywood, we sat in the kitchen, and she actually had a fucking soundboard and a console and her laptop, and I recorded through that. And she had a microphone, like an actual microphone on an actual stand, and so I was able to talk that way. But now, then we started recording with my laptop. I have a standalone microphone that's got a stand on the table, and she would sit at my desk. I'd sit at my desk. I'd have the fucking laptop, all that all set up. Well, now I'm at her place, and do you remember in year 2 when we switched? When we used to go, because she used to, when she was married to the who we've mentioned a few times today, actually, her ex-husband David, and that's where the radio studio was upstairs. But she and I would do the show in the kitchen. So we'd be at a kitchen table, but again, she'd have her fucking whole setup with the soundboard and everything like that. And it was a really nice condo where she lived. Then she moved to a Roach Motel in fucking Hollywood, right by Guitar Center. And so I would go there, and then she lived with like a fucking dominatrix and a clown. And it was just like, all right, well, this is fine, I suppose. And then I did the show where I said I'm at a kid's art table and I fucking hate it. And you could actually hear me ram my head into the wall because I was like, I fucking hate change. I don't want to, because I hated it. I hated that he was getting a divorce. I hated that was happening. And I had to make
Yes, I know how much my divorce hurt you. I remember you trying to figure out who got you.
Well, certainly. And that's not for me to figure out. That's for the two of you to sit down with a couple of lawyers and hash it out and figure out who gets the schmitty, of course.
Literally, that was the funniest conversation I think I've ever had in my life.
Well, because and look, I'm friends with both of you. I mean, I still am, you know what I mean? But at the same fucking time, it's awkward, so you guys should have stayed together. Anyway.
Yeah.
Look,
For you.
Look, Blink-182 would have told you to stay together for the kids. So guess what? Stay together for me. I was the kid.
Don't you think I'm happier? And don't you think that your life is better because I'm happy?
Well, I know. Well,
aren't you glad that mommy's happy?
I'm very happy that mommy's happy, certainly. But see, that's weird because everybody, like people who listen to like mom and dad are fighting.
They call us mom and dad.
Yeah, but now it's like now I'm the
Which is also
kid.
very weird.
All of it is weird. Let's be
Well,
honest, this
your
entire
mother,
fucking
and
thing.
you are my child, and we are brothers.
Well, you're my
sister,
mother.
And we're mommy daddy at the same time.
And my
there's a
sister.
lot. There's a therapy session about how we're connected.
You're my sister. You're my daughter. You're my sister. You're my daughter. My sister and my daughter. Forget it, Lily.
Anyway.
So she got the laptop open and she got the Facebook page up, and the notifications thing is there, the drop-down menu, and I saw it like I said 5 times, and finally, so I come to her house. This is the thing. So I didn't finish this. So I went and sat at this fucking art table in this shithole in Hollywood, and then she moved to the oldest building in Hollywood when we worked in the kitchen. That was fine.
I'm so glad that was okay for you. That one was okay.
Look, you can pretend that I have no say in this, but it matters to me where I record and what I do. I have to be comfortable to do this. I mean, look, I've recorded in fucking cars and on airports and all sorts of places, but I mean, I can make it work wherever I got to make it work, but it's better if you're comfortable. It's better if you know where you're going. So I become a creature of habit, and I just go, all right, well, let's go do this. So when we went to the oldest building in Hollywood, remember, because when I first got there, we didn't know where we were going to record. And then you're like, well, the soundboard's in the kitchen. I go, well, let's go in there. Because I didn't know how close you were going to be to me. And then you don't talk much. At least you didn't. And then there was,
Sorry.
That's not on you. I'm talking to you. I mean, I thought about that the other day, the way the show has evolved, where, I used to spin yarns and talk, and I find myself talking to you more often now. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I enjoy it. I do what I want to do. And hopefully the listener comes along and they're cool with it. But I mean, but it's weird to them because you're not on microphone. Then like you should put you on mic, but we don't want you on mic. And there's a reason specifically. So that's that. So
Because you're Mike.
I'm a microdrone. We get that. That's got to be the name of the show, right? So we worked in your kitchen. That was fine. So now here I am in fucking Guadalajara, and first of all, Tamale House. We should go record there because it's much nicer. But you have a really nice house. I mean, it was 4 bedrooms or whatever the fuck. This is like an actual house because the oldest building in Hollywood was it was an apartment building, but it was truly the oldest building in Hollywood. It had an old school fucking elevator with like the draws. You ever see Pulp Fiction? Where they get into the elevator to go up and fucking and shoot the dudes and get the briefcase back. It was just like that kind of building, just that carpeted elevator and fucking weirdness. And you could peek out through a little like a porthole, like a submarine elevator. So that's what her joint was like there. And no air conditioning. You had to put one in, but then they were mad and you had to hide it when the fucking guy came.
I never did that.
I thought you did. Didn't you have to hide it when it was in the window?
I have
or
no idea what you're talking about.
Bullshit. Oh, are you getting in trouble retroactively? Is that what it is?
I would never break a lease.
Okay. Well, you're out of there now, so who the fuck cares?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You
I
are
don't
so
break
fucking
rules.
bananas. You don't break rules, but then put your fucking notifications window away. Anyway, you're gonna burn something in your fucking screen. So we recorded there, and that was fine. But now here in this house, we're in the living room, sort of, I guess.
We're in the dining room.
We're in the dining room. Okay, the living room's over there, and you come through the foyer, and we're in the living room. But dudes, all right, here's this setup. Like, she's sitting in an office chair. She's comfortable. She's cushy. She's leaning back.
I'm not any of those things except leaning back.
All of the things are true. Well, you're in an office chair, certainly.
But I'm never comfortable.
But it's a leather office chair.
It is.
Yes, I am sitting on. I mean, literally, these are armless kitchen chairs from the Abu Ghraib collection. That's what they're from.
That's not what they are.
They are torture devices that are shaped like chairs. They are Iron Maidens without the spikes. They are.
They're dance chairs. They're cafe chairs.
They're rickety fucking nonsense
They're
chairs.
cafe bamboo chairs that are wonderful that came from Clifton's cafeteria.
They're spine destroyers.
They are not.
The discs in my back, you can hear them. They're going off like a 21 gun salute as I sit in this fucking thing and try to talk. And not only that, but then I have a child's 4th grade desk in front of me.
It is a computer desk.
I mean, just because there's a computer on it doesn't make it a computer desk.
This is a computer desk, and it has a little fan in it that you can hook into so that it actually keeps your computer cool here. It's an actual computer desk.
But it's for midgets and children.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's for working at your couch or your
Well, it's not for ogres and minotaurs like myself. It's for tiny little fairies and sprites. That's who works on this computer. Sprites. If there were a sprite office in a tree somewhere, like literally, if you went into a tree and you're like, I gotta order some cookies, some guy would sit at this fucking thing and he would go ahead and take your order.
So weird.
This is fucked. I mean, I'm literally sitting on these fucking, like I said, these Abu Ghraib fucking chairs, and then fucking this thing. And so my laptop's on it, and my microphone's kind of precariously balanced, and then I got to run a cord behind me and plug it into the fucking power strip. And what a mess, dude. This is a mess. This whole thing's a fucking mess. Fix your eye so you can come back to my house.
I have no idea when I'm ever going to be able to drive again.
You're never gonna drive again. Guilty brakes have got no traction.
Not the break.
That wasn't bad though. That's my little tribute. I don't know if you heard he died. Who cares if he died? My uncle died. Shut the fuck up. Oh wait, your uncle was George Michael? I take it back. I take it back. I apologize. You get to mourn your uncle on the day George Michael died. That's fine. Anybody else whose uncle died, shut the fuck up about it. Talk to me about it on Uncle Death Day in February. But right now, we're talking about George Michael. Jitterbug. So I'm fucking home with this fucking thing.
Please don't break my table.
I'm gonna break your chair before I break your fucking table because I'm a giant.
You're not.
So I'm in this fucking this. I don't look. It's a nice house. It is. It's certainly nicer than where I live because I live again. Like I said, I live in an ant farm. Although mine's all classy now because I got a bed and a chair from Siegel, and I got another chair, and it's like my house is getting full of stuff. Hey, I opened GoGo. I got that GoGo Ubari from our friend Jamie, and it doesn't stand up. I'm so bummed. So now, like, it's so easy for the jokers to rape her. Because I thought she could, like, defend herself and be kind of, like, swing the fucking ball, swing the mace or whatever. But then she totally falls down.
Top heavy?
Her head is. Yeah, her head is real giant. It's like she could fall her because her legs are real tiny. And then, so then I Googled it, of course. And of course, everybody's like, I'm so sick of these Funkos that can't stand up. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just her.
Some double-sided tape so you can stand her up? The look on your face is scaring me. What are you plotting for Gogo?
No, I was hoping you wouldn't say anything because I literally was going to go like 90 seconds and then just go, no. Like I thought about it for that length of time. I liked the idea of me actually considering that for like a long time. Like, No, just literally just for no reason at all. That's during recording a show like an idiot. All right. So no, because I don't know where she goes. Like because they're all on the desk watching me record, or at least they used to be until I had to fucking set at this thing. But when I was at my desk recording, certainly they were all there in a little semicircle, and it's a whole crew. But I can't just stick her to my desk. My desk is made of glass. I got a very Blofeld desk.
You can stick her. They make things called razor blades. So when you want to move her, you just and you pick her right up.
You give me a razor blade, I'm not using it for that. There's a reason when I walk into the grocery store, they go, "No, we can't sell those to you. No, seriously, we lock those up because of you." You cannot ask for those. They say no. Now the guy in the mop aisle is like, no, sell him to him. Sell him to him. So here so Gogo doesn't stand up. So I don't even know how I fucking, but yeah, I got her leaning against Satan's Angels beer bottle. But then she's leaning and all the jokers come. Every time I get up, they're like a little closer. I'm like, that's no good. Well, that's okay. She's got because she got big Tarantino to fucking defend her. And poor Batgirl's still trapped in her box. Oh, but if it was vice versa, I would say, no, I would be very excited to be trapped in Batgirl's box.
Why didn't you take Batgirl out of the box?
Well, because she's so awesome. Like it's a cool box and she's in there. I guess I could take her out. But then the desk is becoming more of a menagerie at that point.
Yeah, then it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, look, what have I got? 4 Jokers, a Go-Go. I got a Tarantino. I got a Hulk. I got a Batgirl, and who else? And Travis Bickle, he's there, he's lurking. But then when I saw Go-Go, because then when I Googled it, I went to Amazon. I mean, I want a fucking Beatrix Kiddo, and now I want a Crazy 88, and now I want do you know they have Hateful Eight Funkos? They have those dudes, and then I want the Pulp Fiction. I want all those Funkos. I'm that guy. I'm 50 and I'm collecting dolls. What a fucking idiot. But if I can't put them on this fucking thing, all right. I just like that noise. So I see the Facebook thing and the screen is down and the notifications are down and I look at her and so finally I go, oh, I got to do something about this. So I go, hey, can you do me a favor? Because I have to set it up because I come here and I move shit. I'll come in here and there's stuff on this fucking desk. Like I got her today, there's a rubber band and a Band-Aid and there was jeans like where my bag goes. And so I'll move the jeans. She goes, don't move the jeans. And she goes, they're there for a reason. Because she owns so many things, and there are so many people who live here who own so many things, they all know where the last place they left something is. Yes. So, like, if I go to grab a spoon, she'll be like, grab the other spoon! That other spoon's there for a reason! Like, this entire house is a game of Kerplunk. And if I take the wrong fucking spoon, all the marbles are going to crash down on my fucking head. So that's the deal. So I'll usually sit here at the fucking desk, and I'll go to move, there'll be, like, glitter, and a like I said, a Hitachi magic wand, and a fucking thong. No, every time I come in, literally, there's like a beagle made out of balloons and clown makeup, and then panties, and I'm just like, oh, is this this? I know who this all belongs to here. She's just like, leave it there. So then I'm broadcasting amidst flotsam and then possibly jetsam. So I'm in the middle of all of it, and look, there's glue and whatever the fuck. So I don't want to take. There's a riding crop. Is that a riding crop? It is. Yeah, there's a riding crop here. Good Lord. naked photos of Lily, naked drawings of Lily all over the place. There's a big picture of a cock on the wall. So that's a huge cock on the wall. So she winds up telling me not to touch anything. So I normally I would, and again, it's a computer, that's a little personal. Like laptops, I don't fuck around with, because I hit the wrong button and then the whole thing crashes and then it's my fault. So I just said, I go, hey, can you do me a favor? And she goes, what? And I go, I know you're gonna make fun of me. Can you do me a favor and go close the notifications window there on your Facebook that's down? And she said, no. And I said, like, why not? She goes, well, why? What are you even looking at it for? I said, well, I didn't look at it. It's just there and I can see it out of my peripheral vision. And she goes, well, maybe I like the idea that it's going to drive you crazy all day. I said, well, just move your cursor so the notifications window closes. She goes, no. So here we sit and the fucking notifications window is open and it's all down and and it's like, what the fuck, man? And you think I'm kidding? I asked her 2 hours ago. I literally said it then. She's just like, no. And so then I keep periodically glancing over and I can see it. And part of me wants to just like, maybe I'm doing this, hoping it will vibrate your desk across the room so the fucking cursor moves itself. But it's down. And and again, it's that thing where like she thinks she's doing me a favor or whatever I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing. Like you're teaching me a lesson or I can't figure it out.
I'm not doing anything. I just find it really interesting the things about the world that traumatize you.
It's not even traumatizing me. It's just close it.
Why?
Because I fucking said so.
Why though? What about having something open?
For the same reason that I don't put, I try to make sure nothing's on the cord here because the cord will be sad that something's on the cord while we're broadcasting the entire time.
Crazy. We're done.
Yeah, I am kind of crazy. That's fine. You know me, certain things go in certain garbages and certain things don't. And then certain, if I have a water bottle and I drop the cap, I have to save that water bottle until I find that cap because they are friends. I can't put another cap on it and I can't bring it to recycling without its cap. That's his lobster. I don't want him to go anywhere without his lobster. I can't fucking do that. I talked about that on here before. They went through the whole fucking journey together.
It's very sad.
It's not at all. Well, it's no, because I make sure they're together. That's totally a great story.
Things like this. Have you talked with Shannon about any of this?
Some of it came up. Maybe.
Did she give you a tool about sad shoes that need to be thrown away?
You keep thinking that she's going to help me in some way, and I don't understand why. Every time I talk to you, you're like,
need to get you to someone who can.
well, no, she's helping me but not by giving me a toolbox of how to fix my cap thing. I mean, it's like, that's not happening.
Those tools, you should be learning those tools. You should be learning things so that you can look at it and go, that window is open, but it doesn't affect my life. And so I can focus on what does.
Well, yes, but at the same time, just close the fucking window.
No, that's like wishing people into the cornfield by unfriending them on Facebook. It doesn't change the fact that they're racist or you're crazy. You fix being crazy.
It doesn't?
No.
So you mean all of those racists I wished into the cornfield on Facebook are still racists?
Yes.
I wish that weren't a true statement, by the way. I think there's 3 people I just blocked. Like I totally just, I didn't block them, I unfriended them.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I can't. Just no more.
You just convinced me to block someone this morning.
Well, because you were gonna, because you go through the thing I go through. I go through like that, the fucking stages of grief or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But it's over whether or not to engage. Yeah. And initially, I'm not going to engage anybody who's being a dick on some elite level of like, well, if you really think about it, maybe because they're not really thinking at all, they wouldn't have typed that shitty thing they typed. And so then part of me just wants to go, just bludgeon them and go, hey, you fuckstick, what the fuck is your problem? Yeah. But then you're not adding to any sort of discourse at that point. So then, you know what, just fucking, just Irish goodbye that motherfucker and leave the party early. Just get the fuck out of there.
They still exist in the world and they're still douchebags.
Yeah, I know, but again, like I referenced earlier as I was shouting for no fucking reason, everybody in the world is a douchebag and doesn't think they have to change because nobody in the world thinks they're a douchebag. Take it from a douchebag. I fucking know this.
Like someone who thinks other people have to close their things because they can't handle that it's open.
I'll own it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if that makes me a bad guy, it makes me a bad fucking guy.
It makes you a bad guy. It makes you it makes you the guy that gets angry that people are on your lawn.
I said that earlier. I'm morphing into that fucking guy. I get it. I'm not proud of it. It's not like I'm happy about it, but I can feel it creeping into me. The old guy who wonders and thinks, and oh, look at that young idiot, or what's he doing, and all that kind of shit. It's terrible. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm very cognizant about it. Like I don't want to, it's hard to do as a comic. I'll tell you that, because you want to write material, but I don't want to be like, hey, these kids today and their phones. I mean, I don't want to be that asshole. I want to try to have an open mind and understand everything about the world and stuff like that. But at the same time, then you lend yourself into this weird, like I said, the false equivalency thing of, well, it's okay that they do that because we're all different. And it's like, well, no, it's not okay that they fucking do that. If you're a racist or you're a jagoff, you need to be fucking called on it. Just because I'm old and I recognize, because I grew up when racism, the word meant something, and it actually was a terrible thing. Well, over 25 years of people using it no matter what.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't like black licorice? You racist? You know what I mean? Then you lose all meaning of the word. So now when you call people racist, they're just kind of like, well, I'm okay. I mean, I guess so. You know what I mean? Like they're willing to own that and just go, if that's because I think differently. No, you are a racist. You're truly a racist. It's not that you think differently. You're a racist. If you believe people from other races are inferior to you, you are a fucking racist. That's it. Well, but you got to understand where I grew up. No, I don't got to understand a fucking thing. I don't need to take you with a grain of fucking salt at all, motherfucker.
I say that all the time. Excuses and reasons are not the same thing.
No, I'll tell you what, I'll take you with a grain of pepper. Oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't sit well with you? Oh, okay. Well then. That makes you a motherfucking racist, and I'm tired of it. And it's my fault, because I submerged myself in this. I should just obliviously skip through life and watch Adventure Time and just be fine.
Then you don't leave a good place for the people that are coming next.
Fuck them.
The
Anyway.
racists can't win.
I don't want them to, but they have.
But they haven't yet. They're just having a second.
It's not even that the racists have won. It's the I don't care, man. I don't care, bro. I don't care about it. Those people make me sick. Those are the people who.
Yeah, but they won't win if we constantly call them on it. They won't.
But they're not going to win anything anyway. They're still going to be working in dead end menial jobs or whatever the fuck they got going on. And look, there are people out there in dead end menial jobs who really want to make themselves better and don't fear other people and think they're being held down by the man. And look, there are black people who think they're being held down by the fucking man too. I'm not broad brushing the shit out of anybody here. This is not about just white people who are racist or black people who are racist or whoever the fuck is racist. It's just people who are just racist. But overall, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of people with their arguments and their pointing fingers and nobody seemingly caring at all about improving their way of life in any way. And that's, again, there are people out there who are doing that, but unfortunately I immerse myself in reading about the other, and it's my fucking fault.
Rough.
You wind up in this weird echo chamber where you just see these idiots fighting among themselves. And again, it's always anonymous people who want to write you with their fake name, and they want to have, they'll fuck with me on Twitter, or they'll write you an email and they say shitty things. And you're just like, I don't know who you are. And if you meant this, then fucking give me your name and your address and I'll come to your fucking house and we can talk about it, motherfucker. Let's do this. Part of me wants to fund a Kickstarter just so I can go to the houses of people who fucking criticize me and have a chat. Literally. And film it. Because there was a boxer who did that in England. Like some guy was calling him racist names and a bunch of bullshit over Twitter or whatever the fuck. He went to the guy's house with a camera crew.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. And then it turned out to be, and again, unfortunately, he turned out to be the stereotype of exactly what you would think he would be. A middling guy who was kind of portly and he had no hope or future, and he was working a dead-end job, and because he felt powerful fucking with somebody like that in that way, yeah. And then they called him out on it, and you could see he was mortified by it. There's a great story where Lindy West, she's a writer on Twitter, and she's a writer on many platforms, but she wrote for Jezebel. She's got a book. It's very funny. And she had that where she found out who one of her trolls was, and she confronted him. She found him, literally, because he was anonymous, whatever the fuck. Well, I don't know if she went to his house, but she called him and talked to him. And then, of course, it went the other way. He was really sorry, and he understood all these things and stuff. But then it almost got to be too much then, where he was like, he went the other way to defend her, because his lesson wasn't learned, really, at least from the vibe I got. But he did show complete remorse and shame and apologize because, again, people, they come after her because she's a woman. They come after her because she's of her physical appearance, and they just abuse the shit out of her. And she'll reprint some of it, and it's like, Jesus, fucking, I read it, and I'm like, man, who has that kind of fucking time or vitriol to just sit down and type something like that and hit fucking send? I mean, like I told you on Facebook, you did it today. You wrote 4 different comments, and I'm just like, if you want to hit send on that, go ahead. But then it's not going to end here, because then he's going to go, no, you shut up, and you're going to go, no, you shut up, and he's going to go, no, you shut up. I said, you shut up. You're not. ever going to win with people like that. There's no point. So close that fucking window. I'm your friend. If I was just some asshole on the internet going, hey, close your stupid window, then you could be mad. But I'm your friend. You know the window bothers me. Close your window.
I'm trying to give you a tool. You don't want to take it. I'm giving you a gift, and you don't.
Give me a rock. I'll throw it to the fucking screen. That'll shut that fucking window.
I'm trying to teach you how not to obsess about things and how to accept the things that just are.
You know it's too late for that.
It's not. It's never too late.
You know who I am.
It's never too late. The changes that I have seen in you since the day I met you, oh my God, you're not the same person.
Right.
You're a much better person.
Well, you know what? Pavlov's dogs, they ring the bell, they got food. So you've seen all the changes I've made? You're ringing the bell here with the window. Just give me some food. Go close the window.
It's not how it works. Change comes from within.
Oh,
Unless
fuck
you
you,
work
Confucius. Nobody gives a shit about you. If you're gonna, you know what, if I'm gonna get advice like that, then you better give me a Chinese meal beforehand. Go make me some fucking lion's head soup and a fucking scallion pancake, and I'll listen to your platitudes. But other than that, you can put the pebble in your pocket. Fucking grasshopper's not snatching it. Not fucking interested. Jesus Christ, how horrible is that? Pai Mei. I gotta fucking punch the fucking cross now and break my hands out? I mean, Jesus, what are you trying to teach me? So if inevitably I get buried alive, I can punch my way out of the fucking coffin and scurry to the surface?
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're trying to fucking do. Well, fucking Daryl Hannah's going to come in here and poison your fucking fish heads, you old fool. And I'm going to be fucking left standing with that window open staring at me. Fuck. Black Mamba. I should have been Black Mamba. Did we talking about something at some point? Were we ever? You know what's funny is, truth be told, seriously, guys, I told you guys last week, I was like, yeah, I didn't know if I was going to be doing a show this week. I wasn't sure. It was New Year's and I might take the week off or whatever. But real life has interfered, and so I'm here doing a show. And I got here and I sat here for like 2 hours or whatever. And I told Lily, I go, look, let's talk about this show. I go, you know, I should probably just do like maybe an intro and then we can put up a rerun, because I told them last week there wasn't going to be a show. She goes, just do a fucking show. I go, yeah, but I don't really have anything that I can to talk about. I mean, there's really nothing that happened. And she's like, just start talking. And I was like, well, no, you don't understand. I go, I don't. She goes, well, what about this thing that happened? And I go, well, yeah, I could tell that story, but that's only like 20 minutes. And she's like, all right. And I go, well, then it's a 20-minute show and it's bad. And she goes, just do the best fucking show you can do. Who cares how long it is? See, that's what's weird about you. She goes, you make these shows that were arbitrary where they got to be long. I go, well, nobody wants to listen to a fucking 20-minute show. That was the first show I ever fucking did. She goes, do the best show you can, whatever fucking length it is. I go, well, the only story I got to tell is fucking like 20 minutes. And she goes, well, tell that. And I go, no, because then there'll be nothing. And here we are. As we went up. Well, we're, I don't know, like an hour and 7. I don't know. Something like that.
And have you told that story yet?
Well, no. Well, because the window. Stupid window. I would have told that fucking story smoothly in the beginning, but then I wanted to just do an intro and then put up like a good show for people to listen to. But instead,
what did I say then?
You said, do your work.
Yes, I did.
You could, fucking boss. I don't like it. I don't have a boss.
You kind of do.
No, fuck you. You're Marvin Nash. I'm gonna fucking tie you up and set you on fire. I'm gonna cut your ear off. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't think I'm Marvin Nash at all. I'm Mrs. Pink.
Why are you Mrs. Pink? Because I'm a faggot, all right?
No.
What's it gonna be, Mr. Pink? It's my way or the highway. Joe, come on. I'm an adult. We're fine. Let's move forward.
I want to do that number again. I love that.
I wanted to watch that movie. The last 2 weeks, it was at fucking the New Beverly at midnight. That's what's cool about living in Los Angeles. Listen to this fucking story, folks. Christmas night, I didn't do anything. I did fuck all on Christmas. Christmas Eve, I spent with my friends Matt and fucking Dave. I'm not listening to you about Journey, and Ken and Carrie and whatever. So it was a nice little spaghetti Christmas Eve. It was so funny. Like I said, do you guys need me to bring anything? Because I didn't know, because they've had stuff at their house before, and they've had, just hors d'oeuvres and shit like that. And so I didn't know what it was, because he'll have movie nights, like Halloween movie nights. So I wrote him and I was like, yeah, because I was not sure if I was going to go. And then finally on Saturday, I'm like, all right, I'm going over there. So I wrote him and said, what do you need me to bring? He goes, we could actually use some Diet Coke. And I didn't want to write him again and go, well, what about food? I mean, it seems like you should bring food to something like that, or bring, bag of, I mean, I bring tacos, even a fucking poker. So it was Christmas Eve, and by that time, when he wrote me back, it's like 5. So I don't know what the fuck's open on Christmas Eve. Or no, 4. He wrote me at 4. And then he wrote me at noon. I didn't get back to him until 4. But shit closes at like 6 or 8 or whatever the fuck. So then I got right on the phone and I called Marie Callender's by my house, and they were actually open. They were open until 8 p.m. I'm like, well, fuck, I could bring a pie. I go, well, I don't want to bring a pie. I mean, what if it's not like that kind of deal? I mean, it's, because they have hors d'oeuvres, then I bring a dessert. But I guess a dessert's fine. But sometimes it depends on how many people they have in a fucking pie. So, hey, what? Fuck, I got a plan, man.
I hope their computers weren't open with a drop-down menu.
I won't know till I get there. So,
what the fuck?
Look, when you're fucking Solo Jones and you get invited to a fucking holiday deal, you don't want to queer the deal. You want to get invited again. So you don't want to just show up and be a jag-off and just be like, ha, guess what? Here's some carrot sticks, jerks. You know what I mean? You want to be a dick about it. So I didn't know. Again, like I said, I've been there before, and also, I talked about when I used to go to poker and I would bring something different. Everybody would bring tacos or pizza. Well, Karen would make brownies and I would bring brownies, or I would go get a deep dish pizza, or I'd go get eclairs. I always liked bringing something different. It was kind of a neat thing to do. That was what was good about being married, when I made my wife make pastries for my friends. A jag off. Hey, could you go get some of those eclairs? The ones on the west side, like by Bundy? Yeah, that one you like, because I'm going to go to poker tonight. Could you go get those? Well, I'm at work. I mean, I guess I could pick them up tomorrow. Yeah, pick them up like yesterday or whatever. Hey, could you make cookies? What do you mean, can I make cookies? Could you make cookies for poker tonight? I'm going to bring cookies to the guys. And she literally, she's like, oh, okay, I guess. And then I look back and I'm like, I can't believe she left. Stupid. I had a pastry chef I would fuck. Literally, that was the only thing I had. I didn't have a wife. Holy Jesus. I had a Wolfgang Puck who took it in the face. That was the only thing I had with my life. What a terrible guy. Hey, could you make some brownies for my friends? What the fuck? Why don't you make some brownies, you fat fuck? Are you worried you'll eat the batter before you get it in the oven, you fucking slob? Jesus Christ. Literally, when you put out the phrase, hey, could you make some brownies for my friends at poker tonight? That's the verbal equivalent of me just shoving her outside in the rain. Just go, stand out there. Go. I'm in the warm, comfortable house, and you can't be in here. What a dick. Because it was a tragedy, and I used to tell these sad stories. But then when you look back at it, like I always say, I was a terrible husband. And then you really think about it. I was a terrible husband. The dumb shit I used to do: make fucking brownies for my friends at poker. Because I got the Jones of walking in with brownies. Everybody going, oh, awesome! And so I got all that. I got all the fucking, that's so cool. These brownies are delicious. And then I'd tell her, hey, the guys are real happy with your brownies. What are you going to make next month? Because you got 28 more days to tolerate me until I love you again when you make something for my friends. What a fucking dick. Horrible person.
See, therapy has done a lot for you. It helped you recognize this.
Well, I knew that shit in the moment. I mean, come on. Please, I'm not utterly unself-aware. Listen to the credits of year 1 of this show. It's like, I'm a bad guy. Am I a bad guy? Like, literally, it's the theme song. I'm not a terrible guy. I've just done so much dumb stuff.
I really loved that theme song.
Oh, it was a great one. Remember when Dave used to care? Year 9 is about when everybody just went, hey, Mike, do all that shit yourself. All right, plug and play. But what about the 3-headed monster? We're all friends. Shut up. Oh, look, the window made a fucking noise. Did you get a notification?
I think I got mail.
Fuck. Where's the guy? Where's that Dick Cavett sounding dude?
You can change your sounds.
Well, that's more of an AOL guy, too, so.
Yeah, you've got mail.
That dude, right? That was your husband.
No, that was Elwood.
Actually, that's the best part is you know. I was going to say you actually know the dude.
Yeah.
But no, your husband was actually the voice. If you called America Online, he was the phone voice.
Thank you for calling America Online.
That was your husband. That's crazy. Mike, is he still?
I don't know. Let's call and find out.
Well, since my friend Pat is the only one who uses AOL still. Pat, and I think my mom still has an AOL address.
Okay.
What? Oh, no. What happened?
Okay. I just got a photo from Eddie, and he posted it online, and you have to see this because you're going to lose your fucking mind right now. You are going to lose your mind.
Just... No. That's... All right, look. This really happened. It's not a joke. This is not theater of the mind bullshit. The picture he just posted, he said, and it's Eddie Medrano, and he posted, I received a gift card to Target. Lily Von Stupp will be so happy. And he has a shopping cart completely filled with the marshmallows.
I'm going to put it right on the mic right there.
Man, that's awful. Oh.
He's not listening. He doesn't know, but he knows me.
No, marshmallows are terrible.
Loves me.
Well, yeah, but that's just, I
Oh my
mean,
God.
marshmallows are just sweet glue.
But what's really funny about this is that
Give me something for sweet glue. Listen to me.
what I don't understand is why there's an eyeliner in there with it.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm dying here. That's fucking hysterical.
That's kind of weird that just happened. That was what made the noise, wasn't it? That was the notification that you got that Eddie put something on your fucking. Oh my God, dude. See, close that fucking window. It interrupts the show, and it interrupts the show with something I
You
hate.
said, what was it? So I looked.
But it interrupts the show with something I hate too. See? God damn, you should have closed that fucking window from the jump.
You're so wrong.
Just a cart full of sweet glue. All right.
Awesome.
Uh,
Awesome of the. Oh.
no, it's not. They're terrible. They're disgusting.
Marshmallows.
What were we talking about before that happened?
That you're a bad guy. Year one, the theme song.
Yeah.
Now you have to do all the work and you're sad.
Wow. Put your fucking phone down and pay attention. Seriously, I need you. Well, actually, I don't if that's your description of the fucking show. Really, when I think about it. Oh, you're sad and boo fucking who and whatever. And Jesus Christ.
I'm teasing you because it's tough love. I give you tough love. I give you realities. I give you tools.
See,
I give you love.
There is no such thing as tough love. All right. I think that the first person who created that concept misread what was written and they missed the punctuation mark because it was just tough love. Mm-hmm.
You know how you complain about all the whiny people who don't do shit? That's because nobody did this to them. Nobody said, just leave it there and see that you're going to get through the whole show with the window open. It's not going to affect your life.
It just affected my fucking life. It brought marshmallows directly into the fucking crosshairs.
That didn't. This did.
Yeah, this Dr. Melfi routine's got to go. It's not working.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Actually, your hair actually kind of, I could see that.
But seriously,
What?
this is the kind of thing that the whole generation that fucked everything up needs. Is people to not go, oh, it's okay, I'll go close that window for you and you're going to be fine now. No, it's like the window's going to stay open, life's going to go, and let's...
No. What we need is for everybody to be treated like that. Everyone should just get the window closed for them. That's what we need to do. Let's just embrace and let everybody get everything done for them and then not care. And we'll just fucking...
Well, what if there was a co-host here that was like, no, I need the window open. And you were like, no, I need the window closed. And then you kill each other.
We wouldn't kill each other. I'd fucking fire him. Get up there. Yeah, first of all, I don't know why I'm hiring a co-host to disagree with me. Fuck that. The fuck out of here, man. What's it gonna be, co-host? My way or the highway? I'm the Joe Cabot of this fucking show. Motherfucker sounds just like the Thing. So at the New Beverly on Christmas night, like I said, I did fuck all. I did nothing. That's what I was on Christmas Eve. So I was bringing stuff over to their place. So it's important to get that shine from. I got nobody here to fucking cook it for me anymore. So I went to call Marie Callender's. I didn't want to bring a pie, but then I called on a fucking long shot. I called a restaurant that I like, Hyatt's Kitchen, the fucking Mediterranean joint, because they make the best hummus I've ever had in my life. And I called them, and they answered the fucking phone. This is Christmas Eve at like 5:30.
You called a restaurant that makes hummus.
Yeah, but so fucking what? They still like fucking Santa. You don't think they do? Are you trying to say that Middle Easterns would shoot Santa out of the sky if they saw his sled? Are you calling my restaurant ISIS?
No.
Because I'll tell you what, if that is ISIS, I think I might have to be on board. Because it's fucking delicious ass hummus. And by delicious ass hummus, it means I have to eat it out of an ass. I have to just.
Oh my God.
Which I am on board with, depending on the ass. So they, I called them and they answered the phone, and I'm like, "Time do you guys close?" They said 10 o'clock. And it took all the pressure off because then I don't have to scramble. And I'm like, "Oh man, all right, well I'll come in." So I did. I went in and I got I got a double order of hummus, and then I got the muharasa, which is a walnut and red pepper spread paste that's fucking delicious. And I went and bought some fucking cucumbers and chopped those up so you can dip them into the hummus. I bought some Triscuits. So I had pita bread because I didn't know what the fuck to dip in all this stuff. So I brought pita bread from the joint, and then I bought Triscuits, and then I bought Persian cucumbers, which are one of my favorite things to eat. And I chopped those up, and I brought those, and I brought hummus and muharasa. And then I walked in, and Carrie had made an entire dinner. Like, so I thought I was like, oh, it's a party where everybody's bringing stuff. No, nobody brought a goddamn thing. Carrie made spaghetti and meatballs for 40. And I was like, oh man, I brought hummus, which does not go at all with spaghetti and meatballs, but it's okay. We cracked it out and then and we ate and it was fun. It was Christmas Eve was fun, but then Christmas I didn't do a fucking thing. I literally was alone all day, and
Did you bring the Diet Coke though?
I did. I also did. I brought a 12 of Diet Coke, and you know what I did for me? I actually bought a 12 of cherry Pepsi because I don't drink soda, but around the holidays I like to have it because it's like I'll eat it with like crackers and whatever. It reminds me of the holiday soda now. It's become that sort of thing because I don't drink it ever. It's just like a weird treat. So on Christmas I didn't do anything. I was in my apartment all day, and that's overrated. That being in your own apartment alone during Christmas. But and I was going to drive. I actually was going to go drive, but there's a reason I didn't drive. But I'll probably tell you about that next week because we've already done a show here. But yeah, so I was in my house and then what the fuck was I going to talk about?
What you didn't do on Christmas at the Beverly.
The fucking New Beverly Theater. I go on Twitter that night, or actually, for some reason I missed it that night because I said I'll watch football in my house, and I tried not to do a lot of social media stuff that day because I was like, fuck it, I'm bummed that I'm going to stay off there, and the next day I find out that fucking the New Beverly, because remember I said they showed Reservoir Dogs the last 2 Fridays at midnight? Christmas night they showed Hateful Eight, which I have not seen since last Christmas. I saw it on Christmas Eve night. And I'd like to see it again because we know how I felt about it. There are parts of it I didn't care for and I'd really like to see it again. But they showed it on Christmas night with Tarantino there. Now the New Beverly, you should know, it's not some gigantic cavernous theater where you'd like see him down at the bottom or whatever. No, it's a theater that basically he runs. I don't know if I think he owns it actually.
Yeah, he bought it.
And he programs it, so he actually controls the theater and the movies that show up there and the stuff. And he shows up on Christmas. He thanks everybody for coming. He talks to people. He does a Q&A about the movie and about other stuff. And then as a Christmas gift to everybody there, he gives them all a poster print that was created just for that night. And it's a special print of the Hateful Eight poster that you only have if you were there that night. I sat in my house and did fucking nothing that night. I could have gone. If I would have known, I absolutely would have gone. But that drives me fucking crazy. God damn it. But it's cool to live in a town where you can do that kind of stuff if you want. But who am I kidding? I can't go to something like that. Seriously. Because I walk in there and I go to see the movie and I'm all excited. And then I get my moment with Tarantino, and he might remember me from the show that we did.
Yeah.
I walk right up to him, and I'm like, hey, Quentin, Merry Christmas. And he's going to look right at me. He's going to go, what, no brownies? What, are you fucking divorced? You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40-year-old-boy. I'm always accepting friends there. Perhaps I can come to your place next Christmas with hummus. You can be my friend at Twitter.com/the40-year-old-boy. You can go to Snapchat.com. That's Mike40YOB, right? Or is it 40YOB Mike? No, it's Mike40YOB, I believe.
On Snapchat or Twitter?
Instagram and Snapchat. It's the same. I'm pretty sure it's Mike40YOB. Well, hold on. I got to. Yeah, Mike40YOB on Instagram and Snapchat.
You know, some people make lists.
Why would I do that?
So that you have all the information in one place?
I should just remember it, right?
No.
No, I especially know that I'm getting old. I fucking forget shit all the goddamn time. It was funny. I was typing with Gio. I'll talk about that on the other side. Superfan Gio, who I mentioned last week. Not super fan of me, but super fan of others. Oh, my throat just made a noise. I got to cut that out, right? That was terrible.
No, you don't.
No, I'm sorry, everybody who just heard that in their ears. My throat just rebelled against me. It was awful. It sounds like I fucking blew Yoda, and that's what was stuck in my throat.
Wow, that's where you went?
Very
People
specific.
just go, excuse me, and move on.
No,
You
it's
blew Yoda.
I blew Yoda. He did. Good at it I am. So it's just, yeah, but that noise was fucking terrible.
You leave it in just for those 2 jokes.
Do you really leave those in there? All right, why not? I said, what if I went down on your Dagobah? So follow me at those places. Instagram, I'm Mike40YOB. Snapchat, I'm Mike40YOB. Again, Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy, Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy, and then you guys, I already said you can get me at Mike and Mike's for Comedy. Why am I going backwards with the plugs? Our great friend Dave Hernandez does all the artwork and the music for this show. Last week's artwork was fucking astonishing.
Beautiful.
He's on a roll. He's always on a roll. He does great work every week. But I mean, it's that, last week I was the Bumble, and he was the snowman, and you, of course, were Dolly with big tits and an eye patch, looking great, from the Island of Misfit Toys. Because when we were talking, I talked to him about it. I was like, well, one of us could be a Charlie in the Box, or you could be this. We batted around a whole bunch of different things, but of course, the one we finally, we settled on that. It came out fucking amazing, like I knew it would. But he just does such great work. And actually, he, you can find him at facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez, or you can go, as I've said, to artbydmh.com. Christmas has passed, but why not give somebody a New Year's gift? You can always do that. He's got his Valscapes, he's got his Gycons, and he recently, just yesterday, he did a tribute painting of George Michael. He displayed it on Facebook, and it's probably at artbydmh.com, and that's available. You can purchase that. And actually, someone who purchased his painting of Randall Flagg from the stand got it for Christmas and framed it and posted that on Facebook. And he just does unfucking believable work. It's so good. As I've said, it's really neat to have your own Renaissance man on call. So the fact that he can make music and do artwork and all of those amazing things, he's terrifically talented, and he deserves your money and your attention. So go to facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez, go to artbydmh.com, order something pre-existing, or have him do something custom for you. Any way you want it, you can have it any way. Hey, that's Kiss off Alive 2. I should have gone the Alive 2 or the Any Way You Want to a Journey. That's the way you need it. Any way you want it. So much better with Steve Perry, but I want to have this argument, Dave.
Gold cover bands.
You know what? Get the fuck out and shut the window behind you. Our great friend Ryan Dirks does all of the web stuff for this show. Ryan Dirks is really cool, and he's our guy. So go find him at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. And Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. She is the keeper of the keys. She's got the fucking desk. And she's my favorite person in the whole world. You can find her at several different places. Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp is big. You can go to, it's big, it's so big. You can be her friend on there too right now, I think. She has available room for friends.
Oh, boy, do I.
You go there, and then she's got, of course, you can find her at patreon.com/Lily. You can take care of her there, become a member, and join and get naked photos of her. She put up censored versions on her Instagram. She's Lily Von Stupp on there. Yes. She's at Facebook. She's at Instagram. She's got Patreon. She's got several different Twitter feeds. She's got twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/Boobdini. But if you'd like to write her a personal note.
Oh, please do.
And find out if her jiggly tits are just as powerful as she posted on the internet. What's that guy? Who is he?
Jiggly tits.
Jiggly tits.
It's a cleft fairy, but yes.
Oh, it's a cleft fairy.
Cleft
Oh my God.
fairy.
He's got like a fairy that needs to go to the dentist?
Can't remember. What is it? I don't know. Clefairy.
Clefairy. Oh, okay. Not cleft.
No.
There's a cleft palate. None of this matters.
It's Pokemon.
Okay.
By the way, I have not taken the Pokemon hat off. Everywhere I go, I am wearing that Pokemon hat, and people are just like, "Oh, Pikachu!" and I just giggle like a 5-year-old.
Are there like pervy men who come up and grab you and go, "I caught you"? Hee.
No.
Well, good. Then America's better than I thought it was. Well, yeah. So if they want to write you a personal note, why the fuck are we doing this? This is the traditional ending, and I fucked it up. All right, if you want to write her a personal note and find out if her mailbox really says Jiggly Tits Clefairy, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Behold, I am Yeep, herald Herald for Thorgar, soldier from the inner ring of the seventh circle of hell. His violence and cruelty know no bounds, and he has arrived on your planet to participate in the earthly feeding ritual called lunch. Thorgar demands a goat head. Fetch him a goat head, boy!
Sir, we don't have goat head, but we have lots of other things you might...
Oh, no goat head. You wish to disappoint Thorgar. Well, then, Thorgar has instead changed his mind. He holds that privilege as a soldier from hell, and he demands soup made from the bones of the dwarf king Ulrich.
We don't have soup. We only have what's on the menu.
I see. What's on the menu? Thorgar, will that do? Thorgar insists on your potato cakes immediately!
Oh man, we're out of potato cakes.
Out of potato cakes? You have disappointed Thorgar! You leave Thorgar no choice but to consume his lunch elsewhere! But know this! Your failures will not go unpunished! Carry the horrible visage of Thorgar in your mind's eye, so you will recognize your tormentor as your soul rise in the flaming desert for all eternity! We will be back!
Have a nice day.
I don't know, Thorgar, but I understand there's a Wendy's up the street. Would that be interesting? Wendy's? It is! Goat's head for all!
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It's been thriving this December with all sorts of Christmas labia and mistletoes and people getting kissed in interesting places. It's an amazing show. And that doesn't stop in January. You can come in and get kissed at an interesting place in January as well, and February, March, April, May, June, July, August and September, October and November, but not next December. So please come the first 11 months of next year, but then never come to a show again. It seems weird, right? I come all the time. Come even next December if you don't get kissed in an interesting place. But I promise you will be kissed in interesting places if you come January through November. The ladies are just passing out pecks on the whatever. So come on out and get that. Experience that. You see labias, you get kissed. It's a good show.
I don't think you understand.
I haven't been in a while. Did it change?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It must have changed from when I was there before.
No, it's never been what you think it's been.
Well, maybe you should change it up a little. Maybe you make it that show. See, if you do that, if you do a show where there's labias on display and a lot of people getting kissed.
No. Should I display my labia?
Display your labia? Should I display my labia? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Like in what context?
I don't know. Should I put that on the Patreon page?
Your labia?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? But that's got to be like a serious donation.
Like what? $50 a month?
No, 100, right?
$100 for a labia?
To,
What is labia?
no, not $100 for a labia. $100 for your labia.
Oh, okay.
The internet's chock full of free labia.
Oh.
But if we're gonna go with your
What's
labia,
for a labia these days?
well, we'll find out. Throw it up there. That's what I'm saying. Put it in the mix. Throw your labia in the mix and we see what happens. Exactly. Well, you ponder that. You talk to your people and see what they think. Get your labia team together and see how they feel about
I
it.
don't have a labia team. Oh, I wish I did.
How do you not have a labia team?
Do you?
It's 2016.
I don't know anyone who has a labia team.
You lie.
Except for what's her face, Mary, whatever her name is, who had her labia removed and then auctioned it off on eBay, and we interviewed her.
Don't. That's fucking horrifying. I don't want to hear that story ever again.
She had her labia made smaller, and then she had the pieces put into a clear acrylic.
Shut up.
And
This never
auctioned it
fucking
off.
happened. That's fucking
Do a
horrifying.
search for
No thanks.
porn star
No, I got enough
labia.
weird shit in my search history to go search for scraps of labia skin and
Was
acrylic.
it Mary Carey or was it? Oh God, I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, so in her porn she has pre.
So she got the
labia,
vaginoplasty, that thing?
Yeah.
And she just fucking hung on to the extra meat and just gave it away?
Yeah.
Was there an
auctioned it off.
auction? And somebody bought it?
Yeah.
Who the fuck buys like a plastic cube full of vag meat? That's fucking terrible.
A fan.
No, you're not a fan. That supersedes fan. And by the way, why was that going in an acrylic cube? Put that in a fleshlight.
There's not enough.
You got enough. But look, if you're gonna buy it,
This much.
fine. But you're
It's
still
ridiculous.
that as close as you're gonna get to fucking Mary Carey. So why not?
I don't think it was Mary Carey. I think it was
Put your fucking labia croutons in a fleshlight and go to work.
labia croutons.
Whatever the fuck they are.
You are your vocabulary is so interesting.
Well, it's little pieces of it, like little labia. I don't want to say labia shrapnel because that sounds like it was they were they were unfortunately shaving Private Ryan, and then the bad things fucking happened. That's actually I think it's a porn title, Shaving Private Ryan.
Shaving Private Ryan.
Or no, Shaving Ryan's Privates, right?
I don't remember. Probably
neither.
both at this point.
Why not make them? Yeah, but that's nasty.
I just never mind.
Giving away old labia? That's just grim. Ugh. Giving away disembodied labia. Giving away old labia is not fine. That's just like an old hooker who's trying to make a living. But giving away fucking...
I'm right here.
Not you! Stop your nonsense. But giving away disembodied labia as like a fucking centerpiece? Thanksgiving will never be the same. Or a conversation piece. Hey, you know what this is? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is porn star labia in a fucking Rubik's Cube. How great is that? But yeah, but if you get it, you got to throw it in the fleshlight. You know what? Oh, dude, get a fleshlight. You know how you ever see a kaleidoscope where you put it to your eye and you spin it around and it makes all those things fall? Just put all the labia things in there like a fake kaleidoscope. I'll make a kaleidoscope fleshlight. So then you can look through it and see all the labia tumbling and then just go to work.
Yeah, that's not anywhere near as weird as just having it on your coffee table.
If you buy old labia from somebody, they're used labia, then you're like, you got to...
Excess labia.
Fine, excess labia, whatever the fuck it is. But you want to use it. You don't want to just have it around like artwork. Fuck that. Use it for its intended purpose.
Why isn't vagina art?
Well, it's incredibly beautiful and it's certainly art. But you're not buying it for the art. Don't try to convince me that you're this fucking weird Picasso of pussy.
Picasso of pussy.
No.
Oh my god.
You're not that guy.
Oh my god, you made me laugh. Picasso of pussy.
But that's what this guy thinks. He's going to try to be like, oh, rather. He's wearing a smoking jacket and a pipe. And he's like, check this out. Fuck you, man. Stick your dick in it. It's the only reason you bought it, and you know it. The only reason that guy buys it is because he just fucking straps it around his face and pretends and jerks off.
I don't think that's true at all.
Because no right person in their right mind could go ahead and display that and go, well, here is a porn star's labia I purchased. What the fuck? Well, thanks, Jim Jones. Where's the Kool-Aid, you fuck? Jesus Christ. Goddamn, Hale Bop, where are my Nikes? Because that's cult leader nonsense at that point. You're buying used labias and putting it on display? Fuck that, man. Nobody's interested in that. I'm sorry. Look, I love you, Lily, but if you told me, you know what, although actually in this house, yeah, it's probably here. That's why she doesn't want me touching shit. It's all this old labia laying around. This house is chock full of old labia.
Oh, only I wish it was. If only it were.
See, that description for a house is bad, but for a fruitcake, I buy it. If you say you got a fruitcake chock full of old labia, you're on your phone. I can't bother you.
Sydney Leathers. That's who it was.
Sydney Leathers?
Yeah.
No, that's the chick who fucked Mark Wiener, right?
No, yeah, okay, hold on. It happened.
What did you Google? I want to know the term you used. No.
Who sold her labia on eBay?
Oh my God, that's horrifying. Literally, they will kick in the door here and arrest us just for you Googling that right now.
Yeah, that's
on the air.
One. No, okay, here we're going to change it to who's the original person who
Oh.
sold her labia?
Wow. Are you telling me that this is a trend now?
Oh my God.
Yeah, because like Sydney Leather, she's the chick who banged Mark
Yeah.
Wiener, right? Okay. Sad that how do I fucking know that? That's terrible. Anyway, guys, go to the Monday Night Teas and you can have all this fun for yourself with all these women.
Houston, that's who it was. It was Houston.
The porn star Houston.
She sold it for an estimated $50,000.
That's a lie. I don't believe that at all.
I want to see. Hold on.
Houston was the original gangbang chick, besides Annabelle Chong, right? Annabelle Chong did one, and then Houston, she did like a 24-hour gangbang, like not even fucking around. Yeah, man, you just gotta, I mean,
I got a bad hip.
I was just gonna say, you gotta have a couple of good hips and everything just for the stamina of
I
that.
don't think I could go 24 minutes anymore.
And also, but nobody, the dudes didn't all finish, right? Because it was like, I remember watching it and there were these rules, like, because Houston's up on some weird fucking, she's literally on a giant powder puff. It looked like one of the traps that the villains would put the Batman in at the end of the old TV series. You know what I mean? And so she's propped up there where everybody's got to line up. And it was just dudes, they're all just fluffers around and these guys are stroking it. And they walk up. And I think if they just fucked her for even like 30 seconds, it counted. If she put her mouth on it for 30 seconds, it counted. And then they had to move her along. Then they had to go finish on a fluffer. I don't remember. But of course Houston had to sell her labia at that point because it was hanging down to her ankles after she got banged for fucking
Here's
24
how
hours.
She described it because she went on our show too. She went on to promote the fact that she was having her labia surgically trimmed to enhance her look during close-up video work. She claimed that her labia was causing problems during dancing and strip club appearances as well. And it ended up on erotic bid because they pulled it down from eBay, if I remember correctly, because you can't sell body human waste.
People can't hear you, so just louder.
I'm not going to say it again. I've said enough.
So she was selling it on eBay. She said her labias were getting in the way.
It was getting in the way when she was dancing in strip clubs and that, and she was going to start doing more porn work. And so she sold it, and it ended up on erotic bid.
Look, I'm a good dancer. I don't know what she was doing that her labia got in the way.
You don't have one.
I got balls.
Yeah, not the same.
Mm.
Not even remotely the same.
No, balls are just labia with stuff inside.
No.
Yeah. Balls like hanging. It's like a little pouch of stuff. And labia, just like if you folded your labia into one another and you put a couple of olives in there, boom, you got a ball sack.
Olives?
There you go.
What the fuck do you think is in your balls?
Grab your
Olives?
labia out. Well, I'm trying to make it easier for a lady. I mean, you can throw ping pong balls in there. You can throw whatever you want in there, whatever you got to do. But if you have to stretch out the little labia, take the labia, stretch it out, and then you throw a couple of fucking like Concord grapes in there, boom, and then you got a ball sack. Done.
We've lost listeners. Let's move on.
We lost them when you were thumbing through the eBay listings from fucking something 80 years ago. So go to the Monday Night Tease, folks, if you want to see women who don't get their labia in the way of their dancing. It's a fantastic show. How was this week's show? It was a great show from what I understand.
It was the Charlie Brown Triple Xmas. It was fantastic.
Sold out?
We were packed.
Yeah, day after Christmas. That's pretty cool. Did everybody want to come out and celebrate?
We had a couple birthdays. I had a 21-year-old boy there who was celebrating his birthday. I am just...
Did you change him forever?
It was bad.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I had tits up under my chin, and I walk up, and I'm like, I hear it's your birthday, young man. How old are you? And he's like, 21. I'm like, you ever fuck an older woman? And he just kind of looks at his sister and his friends. He's like, well, I go, you wanna? And he's like, I'm like, happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Let me ask you this. How much is that on the Patreon page?
That is not on the Patreon page. That is just an added bonus if I like
It
you.
was just fun. All right. Just threw the guy one for his birthday. All right. Well, good for you.
I scared him a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that. Again, well, yeah, because you're just fucking going to pick them up and put them in your mouth and pull them out like fish bones.
He had a really good time. I was like, is your childhood ruined? And he's like, no, it was fun.
Nice. Well, today he was a man, and you showed him so. And then he went home with a part of your labia.
I have to tell you, though, every time Peppermint Patty and Marcy kiss during their act,
Oh, my filth. Well, that sounds
and
like...
then Olive steals the show as Linus.
Olive is Linus? All right. Well, next Christmas, people will be able to see that.
They won't.
Oh, that's right, because we're not giving away
We're,
stuff.
we're retiring Charlie Brown this year for a couple of years. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, man, everybody, you missed it. Now we're telling people what they've lost.
Maybe I'll do an Easter Charlie Brown show.
Oh, so he'll come back. So he'll be back in a couple
Or
of
maybe
weeks.
we'll have Charlie Brown. We'll have a Halloween Charlie Brown. We'll have the great
Pumpkin.
pumpkins Charlie Brown.
Oh, my. Hello, giant boobs. All right, well, good for you. That's in.
The great pumpkins Charlie Brown.
How do you not do that?
I think I
How
need
have
to
you
start
not
writing
done that
right
already?
now.
Yeah, pretty
I have a
much.
pumpkin bra.
Done. All right. Well, look, folks, the Monday Night Tease, look at all the fun you've missed and the fun that's to come. And you can go home with, like I said, you get embarrassed for your birthday or you get a box full of labias, whatever you want to bring home and have fun with.
Box full of labia.
Bring those to your apartment and tell everybody what those are as you don your smoking jacket and hold a pipe and pretend that you're an art person who has labias on his coffee table and not Ed Gein.
Puts the lotion in
Yeah, really, no
the
kidding.
acrylic.
Way to go, Jamie Gum. I'm glad you enjoyed Houston's labia on your fucking countertop. Houston, we have a labia. No, we don't anymore. She had to cut off.
I did that joke.
Possibly.
So,
Look at, well, then I'm a hack.
20 years ago in radio.
Again, I'm a hack.
I can't
So,
believe, yeah.
been a long time. So go to the Monday Night Tease and have fun. Tickets available, brown paper tickets. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease and you'll find out whose labias will be there on the week that you decide to attend. And just have a good time, man. The Monday Night Tease is fantastic. Go check it out. It's totally fun, and there's a lot totally fun.
Totally.
Ned Flanders loves it.
Totally.
So have a good time at the Monday Night Tease. It's great. If you want to be an Uber driver, go to Uber and use my code. I don't remember what the fuck it is right now, and I don't want to reach it. It's in my bag.
Of course not, because having the notes out.
Well, honestly, though, you know what? I've promoted it every week, and like 2 guys have used it, so it doesn't fucking matter. Nobody's driving because everybody has jobs. They're really It's so funny, this gig economy. All the people I talk to, they're fine. Nobody needs to go out, and none of my listeners are as desperate as I am to make money because they have real jobs and real lives. So giving the Lyft and Uber codes are fucking pointless at this point. And the MileIQ code, who cares? Again, I think 2 people have used that. So good. Thanks. I'm glad everybody was on board with that stuff. I don't mean it in a mean way. It sounded mean, but it wasn't. Please remember we have a sponsor for this show. Our great friend Jerome runs getthebutters.com. There's lube, there's candles, there's lube candles, there's all sorts of bath bombs and things like that. Those are available. If you use our code 40YOB, you get 8% off your purchase. That's right, 8%. You know what? Do this. If you use 40YOB, tilt your head. Looks like you're getting infinity off your purchase. So how does that grab you? So use our code 40YOB and get 8% off at checkout. And that's for getthebutters.com. Getthebutters.com. Plenty of lube, plenty of soap, plenty of bath bombs, all made by a black guy in the snow. Come on, it's amazing. Think of whenever you buy this stuff and you use it, whenever you use the lube just think of Samuel L. Jackson in The Hateful Eight in his Civil War uniform walking through the snow and ice forming on his mustache. That's who made that lube that you're using at that moment. That's what I figured Jerome to be. So he runs getthebutters.com. He's got all that stuff for sale. Use our code 40YOB, and it's awesome. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. We got all sorts of cool stuff there for you. We've got downloads. We got T-shirts. Hey, Jeff, I'm sending your shirt today. And that's today, the day you're hearing it, not today like the day I'm recording it. I apologize. Well, at Christmas, man, it was so crazy. I got to send Mex's book from Jamie. There's all sorts of stuff I got to mail. So please bear with me. I have to go to the post office, and I've been very busy locked in my apartment staring. So I will get that stuff to you as soon as I possibly can. But Jeff, thank you for getting a shirt. Nick, thank you for continuing to buy download sets. You're the coolest. Nick and people, I should tell you this too. People wrote me to request what episode to play this week. There was someone who wanted to hear my 80s porn star jag that I did when I used all them. Someone who wanted to hear the Juggalos, actually wanted to hear the Juggalos show. People had requests, so thank you. So those are all on sale at the website, or you can hold off and maybe you'll hear them another way. I'll just fucking tell you this right now because why not? First of all, please remember to use our Amazon link. That is very important. Our Amazon link is huge. It is working very well. Thank you so much for using it during Christmas, and please continue to use it into the new year. I've been told if you have a small business and you use it, that's a cool benefit. So thank you for thinking of us. And I know people who are involved in office politics or whatever the fuck and buy stuff, and it helps us very much. So thank you. Please use our Amazon link. That's available at the Joe Business page where we've got the download sets, we've got the live stuff, we've got the CD, we've got the tweaked audio. Go to tweakedaudio.com and use our code, which is also, I believe, 40YOB, and you get to save on cock ring watches and autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds. But the Amazon link is also that, you get stuff, they get money, they get money, we get money, you get stuff. That's how I said it. I always change it around. So please use our Amazon link. That's pretty cool. And I will tell you this, we have the download sets for sale that are there, but soon to happen. I'm going to plug it now because I think it's going to be live Thursday. At least I was told it should be. If it's not live Thursday, it should be live Friday. But I'll put it on the Joker's page and maybe I'll tweet it or whatever. But there is going to be, and it's already up, but it's now being kind of organized and stuff. Superfan Geo, who I've mentioned, who is a super fan of others, not me. Although he argues, he sends me a note. He's like, no, fuck that. I am absolutely a super fan of you. But he was Superfan Geo long before he found out who the fuck I was. So he is working with us and he has stepped up and he is creating the 40-year-old boy YouTube channel. And I'm just going to tell you this now. He is year one should be up by the time you hear this. If it's not, it'll be up by Friday. And it's just, because I found out about a bunch of people who kind of get their audio via YouTube and other places rather than iTunes. So now, and look, I know you're going to say, oh, you're just trying to get money or some weird cash grab or whatever the fuck. And it's about making the show accessible to people who don't know who I am. It's about making the show accessible to people who don't use iTunes or don't subscribe. And it's about putting myself out there. So yeah, maybe I could build a fan base so I can actually tour a little bit and reach out and make new fans rather than, I love you guys. You're great. But we also want to try to get as many people on board so I can actually come to cities and maybe sell tickets and make it viable. Because, man, I can't fucking drive anymore. I can't. I have to, but I don't want to. I should just, I'll tell you, well, fuck. Well, first of all, anyway, so Gio is building the 40-year-old boy page. And year one will be up there so you can listen to the shows individually. There's ads on the shows. Our Amazon links are also linked on there, so it kind of gets people into the thought where you can help the show, and the ads help the show. And I guess we once we get past 1,000 views, I don't even fucking know. I have no idea how it works. Gio's doing it, and I can't thank him enough for stepping up and putting all these things up. He's about halfway done with year one already. He just started a couple of days ago. And then the liner notes that came with the original episode are actually going to be on YouTube underneath the clip. So episode 1 of every year will have the long version, and then every other episode description until I stopped doing that in year 5, I think, and then I just had a long note, and then I'll always be on year whatever. The point is, there'll be a 40-year boy, because I'll tell you what, when I went and looked at stuff, I used to put up a goofy-ass fucking clip that was filmed in the oldest building in Hollywood, and those have over like 1,000 views. Like, people go and watch this. That's just me shouting in your bedroom. So I thought maybe there was something here where I could put up the audio from the podcasts and then maybe do special shows. And we're going to, again, I live in your pocket. We're going to put up a Patreon page that will allow people, because people do donate to the show, and that's great. Thank you so much. And the Patreon page, the catalog will be available there for a certain amount per month. Because, I only have 5 episodes up in the iTunes store at any time. But if you subscribe for a certain amount via Patreon, you'll have access to all of the shows. And I know they're going to be on YouTube, so why the fuck would you want to do that? But I guess some people want to be able to get them through there. I don't know. I've been told these are good ideas, and I'm always looking for a way to try to make this my job, rather than treating it like this thing that I do in addition to staying alive. I want to make it the thing that keeps me alive. I want to get donations. I want to tour. I want to do shows. I want to do live stuff. And especially with 2017 upon us, at the end of the year, I always have some weird fucking thing where I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Hey, 2016 fucking sucked for all of us.
Yep.
We lost Prince, we lost David Bowie, Lily lost an eye. And it's just getting worse here at the end. We're losing people. And then I'm sure individually, I know people who had rough times. And look, for me, man, I did the show and that was fucking great. I went to Kuwait. That was awesome. I had really cool things happen this year. But also, you know what, man? I put fucking 90 pounds back on, and I'm driving, and once again, I'm not where I want to be. Not even where I should be, although I would say that, but where I want to be. And none of us are. We're all a work in progress. We're all trying to get the fucking things that we can get done. So with the dawn of a new year upon us, I wanted to go ahead and try to really find a way to make this my job. So I'll be doing, like I said, once Earbuds came out, and then I'm getting some notice from that, and Bert Kreischer saw me on there, and I haven't talked to Bert yet about doing a show. I'd love to. But I'd love to tap into doing that, and possibly doing Rogan's show, and reaching out to fans who could actually know who the fuck I was, to join you guys and validate what you've known all along, that I'm worth this, and this makes sense, and I'm good at this, and I should be doing live shows, and I could go out and tell stories or be funny and just make that my life and make that my job. It doesn't even have to be I'm not going to try and be rich. I'm never going to be fucking rich. But it would be nice to make a living being myself, rather than going out and fucking being a chauffeur and shuttling people back and forth. And I made that decision. I've made it many times, and I've talked at the end of, I don't even want to, I shudder thinking about going back and listening to the end of the year shows and what I dedicated myself to, or the things I wanted to do. But man, I'm going to be 50 this year. That's fucking ridiculous. And I've done this show for 9 years. We're going to be heading into year 10 around May, I think it is. And then I turn 50 in July, and it's time. I mean, it's been time for a long time, but now it's really fucking time to seize any opportunity I have. And I always have these talks with Lily, and she's like, hey man, you don't have to fucking worry, because people get famous late in life. Like, there's Lewis Black and all these people, and Rodney Dangerfield, and these guys, if someone finally noticed them eventually, and they got, talent wins out. And yes, talent wins out, but you have to have effort to go with talent. And I haven't made any efforts. Coming in and doing a show once a week is not an effort. That's a joy for me to do. To give birth to this show every single fucking week, and then have you guys enjoy it and hear feedback and stuff. But I've never made any real effort at being anything other than afloat. And I'm tired of fucking being afloat. Last Friday, I sat in my house Monday through Thursday, and I didn't drive. I was going to drive, sat Monday through Wednesday, and then I was going to drive Thursday, and then it poured fucking rain. And I'm a 50-year-old man who needs glasses, and I can't see in the rain. I didn't want to take the chance of being out in the flash flood, not being able to see the fucking stripes on the road and drift into the wrong lane and hit somebody. So I said, stay home. Stay home, Gramps. Don't fucking go out and put yourself and everybody else in danger. So I stayed home Thursday, but that just meant that I had to go out fucking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and drive my ass off. Christmas Eve, Christmas, I didn't give a fuck. I needed money, and I needed it then. I had to make it work because I have to make a certain amount every week because I have a monthly nut just like all of you. I have jobs, that we have money and responsibilities, whether I just have me or you have your kids. All of us have things that we have to do and responsibilities that need to be made. So I went out Friday to drive, and I was out, and I was like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to drive all night Friday. We're going to drive all day Saturday, drive all day fucking Christmas, and do what I could to make as much money as I possibly can. And they've cut the bonuses, but it doesn't fucking matter. You still have to go out and fucking chase them. So Friday, the first person I picked up, of course, was going to the airport to spend time with their family. How great would that be to just be able to get on a fucking plane and go see people you love? That'd be fucking great, right? Wouldn't that be something we'd all love to do? And I drove this woman, and she was flying to Phoenix where she was going to see family, and then they were going to go on to Denver, and they were going to have time with another cousin, and she's regaling me with all of this, and her breath practically smells like a fucking wreath, and I'm like, yay, Merry fucking Christmas, I'm driving all weekend. But I didn't say that because that's my lot in life, not hers. It was great to hear about the joy that she had ahead of her and the fact that she was going to go make cookies and bake all day on fucking Friday. And then all day Saturday was football. And then all day Sunday they did this. And then Monday they flew to Denver, and she came home the following week before New Year's. And it was great because I loved it, man, because I lived vicariously through her experiences knowing I would be behind the wheel the entire fucking weekend. So I drop her at LAX and I fucking split. And then I get pinged to pick up a guy in Marina Del Rey. So I picked this dude up. His name is Moti. Not Monty, not Morty. His name was Moti. And I can't remember what movie it is, but there's a guy named Moti in a movie. So I thought of that immediately. And he gets in the back seat, and he's got his little girl with him. She's probably 12. And I look on the phone, and they're going from Marina Del Rey all the way to Hollywood, which is 25 miles. And at a 1.3 bonus, I'm like, all right, well, this is cool because my first two rides, I'm going to wind up making like $70 or $65 just in my first two rides, which is good because I'm just chasing every last dime in addition to bonuses because I got to make money because, again, this is what I've done to myself. So I'm driving with Moti, and he's in the back seat. I give him the speech, and I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to turn the radio on if you want it, the heat, whatever. He goes, no, it's fine. We're just get us to Hollywood, please. I said, all right, great. Now, it was still raining that night, and so I can't roll the windows down because they'll get wet in the back seat. And apparently they had a gremlin, and then we're not supposed to do that. So I'm driving. The windows are getting kind of steamy. I'm turning the heat on and the air on and trying to do what I can to mitigate because I also can't have a fogged up window because then my eyes focus on the fog rather than the street in front of me. And it was pouring rain. And I kept looking to my right to switch lanes. You know, when you switch to the left, you look over your left shoulder. You switch to the right, you look over your right shoulder after glancing in your mirrors. That's how driving works. You guys do that, right? So I glance in a couple of mirrors, and I keep looking to the right. And the window by Moti, he's on the passenger side in the back. It's got fogged up stuff happening, but also every time I look back, there's like a line on it. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I can see it steamed up, but it looks like it's got a line. And then I look back, and then there's another line. And there's music playing. His daughter's sleeping. He's looking out the window. I look over, and I catch him. Finally, like the fourth time I look back, he's drawing on my fucking window. He's drawing like smiley faces and like lines and shit like that in the fucking fog on the window. It's like, dude, you're going to get out of this fucking car, and that's going to stay there for the whole fucking weekend. Everybody's going to go, wait, Moti was here? That's astonishing. He's from a movie, right? I go, I can't remember. But idiot, what the fuck are you doing drawing on my fogged up window? Control yourself. So I'm driving. I'm on the freeway. And to get from Marina Del Rey to Hollywood, you got to go on like 10 to the 110 to the 101. So we do all that, and it's dangerous, man. There's fucking lanes and rain and people driving, and it's fucking busy, and there's holiday traffic, and I'm crossing over here to go there and moving here and hitting the brakes here and looking and turning. In the meantime, fucking Moti's back there, goddamn Van Gogh, and the shit under my back window. And it's like, what the fuck, man? I got to be in this car all weekend, not you. So I'm driving, and I'm trying not to be angry. I'm not upset because, I mean, look, I'm mad at myself that I'm having to do this sort of thing, but I don't mind taking Moti there, and I'm going to make $70 in 2 rides and still drive all weekend long and make as much money as I possibly fucking can. And then I get in the 101, and I'm driving, and right when you hit the 101, it comes to be a little bit of traffic, but then it starts to loosen up, and there's a couple of exits, and I'm going, all right, well, how do I got to go to Santa Monica? And then all of a sudden I hear him go, oh, no. And I don't say anything. Oh, no, sir. And I'm like, what, did you run out of ink for the back window, you fuck? He goes, oh, no, sir. Oh, no, she's puking. Oh, what? Pardon me? My daughter, she's puking. What do you mean she's puking all over? She's puking all over. Please, can you pull over? Can you please pull over? Now, I'm going 75 fucking miles on a rainy highway. I'm on the 101. I'm not even close to a fucking exit. And I go, I don't know. And he goes, sure. Oh, I'm sorry. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I can't turn around. I'm driving. It's everywhere. I'm so sorry. And she starts crying while I can hear her, you know, that, because kids get scared. They wake up out of a dead sleep just throwing up. Yeah. So she's 12. She wakes up. She's throwing up. She's like, and she just starts throwing up. I can hear it now. I can't see it. I can hear it. And he's like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying to catch with a jacket. I will use a shirt or something. And so I finally come to Alvarado and I pull off and he goes, go into that McDonald's. And I go, no, I'm going to this gas station. And he's like, well, if you go to McDonald's, I can get the napkins. I go, I'm going to the gas station because there's a roof. And you got to get her out and you got to walk on it because, McDonald's is a fucking rainy parking lot. So I pull into the Shell station and I get out of the car. I look in the back seat and it is fucking covered. Covered. She's covered. She's just sitting there shaking and crying, sobbing, and she doesn't know what to do. And she's got puke all over her and her jacket. And this is who I am as a person now, guys. This is where my life is. I immediately have to get my phone out and take photos of this in the back seat so I can prove to my boss that someone threw up in my car. So I ask, is she okay? He's like, she's very scared. She's sick. And I go, all right. And so meanwhile, I'm snapping photos. Snapping photos of the back seat and of her. He gets her out. He takes her into the gas station. I'm taking photos. And it is just like, look, Christmas is Christmas, but 2 gifts I didn't think I'd be getting were used lamb chops and the weekend off. All right. I just did not think that was going to fucking happen. So they're all, it's all over piles of pink meat and just, it's on the ground and just, it's on the seat, on the fucking floor mat, on the chair. Cause then when she gets out, it falls off onto the ground and there's hobos just like looking like, and they're looking at me with like contempt and sadness. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. That's rough. It is rough. You sleep in the fucking rain, man. Jesus Christ. This rain is the only shower you're getting in December and they're feeling bad for me. So my car, it's just, again, there's lamb chops and stuff and meat and just fucking puke on the seat, on the floor, on the seat where she was sitting. And the ride is still going because they've gotten out and they're not, I didn't drop them off. They're fucking paying. So I go into the gas station and there's no bathroom. And I said, is there a restroom? And the guy behind the counter, look, I won't even insult you by trying to do his accent, but he's Filipino or whatever the fuck. And he's just like, back. And I'm just like, all right, that's a lot of clicking and bullshit. I wanted to hit a snooze alarm and tell him to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
So they finally come out of the back and it turns out he let them use the restroom. That's not a customer restroom, but he made them give him $20. This guy comes in with his girl covered in puke and he charges him $20 to use the fucking bathroom. And Moti didn't care. I'll tell you what, as terrible a happenstance as this was, Moti could not have been more genuine or nice about it and really mortified. Mortified. He was just upset that it had happened. And he's just apologizing profusely. So he looks at me and he goes, I have to give you some money. And I go, no. I go, Uber's going to charge you $250. He goes, I don't care. I'll pay whatever. I'm very sorry, but I have to give you something for waiting. I'm so happy you waited. I go, I want to take care of you. I go, I'm not going to leave you in the middle of the fucking rain. And the girl comes out and she's just standing there kind of shaking in that glassy, well, at least she's getting some color back in her face. I said, are you okay? She goes, yes. I said, if you want water, I have water in the car. No, it's okay. Do you want Sprite or 7-Up for your stomach? No, I'm fine now. I'm better. Okay. And I looked at him and I go, what are we doing? He goes, we have to go back to Marina Del Rey because there's no reason to go to Hollywood. We're not going to go. She's covered. She's because it's on her pants. She got puke all over. I said, all right. I go, do what you got to do in here and let me know and we'll go. And he goes, well, I got to give you some money. I go, look, they're going to charge you $250. I go back outside. I just take more photos. I don't know what's worse. What a worse job to have is Uber driver or vomit photographer. I can't figure out. And I'm looking for the best angle to provide maximum damage to make sure they actually give me my money. Because remember, they challenged me the last time and only gave me $25. And they also do this thing where like, well, we're not so sure that that's a real problem. It's like, fuck you, man. My night is over. My night is over. Because my car now smells like I'm driving home Rocky after he sparred in the meat market. Just a vile mix of sweat and fucking iron. So they get out and he starts, and again, having a kid, by the way, is a completely different experience. Because to me, there's vomit everywhere and this is fucking horrible. It's just like, it is like a balloon full of offal just exploded all over my back seat. But when you have a kid, you just put your hands in it. Like literally, he's sweeping the fucking puke off the seat with his bare hands and stuff. He's picking up chunks of meat and going, I'm very sorry. And he's throwing them out of my car. And I'm either like, this guy's a really good father or he's got a very specific fetish. Might not even be his daughter. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Here's what I want. I want a young one, very young, and bring me some lamb chops to feed her. And then we'll have someone drive us around until she throws up. Oh, I cannot wait. I am hard just thinking about it.
Oh man, that's gross. Oh man.
So he's picking vomit out of my car and just like sweeping it like you would, I mean, just like the skin off the top of a fucking thing of pudding. Just sweeping it with his hand. It's all over his hands. He goes back in and washes his fucking, I mean, just he didn't care. And they get in the car and I go back toward Marina Del Rey and they're in the back seat and I keep saying, and I asked her name. Her name was Stav. And I said, Stav, I said, would you like do you want any music? Do you want anything? She's like, no, I'm okay. And I said, well, don't worry. I said, you know what, Stav, that actually happened before. I said, but the last guy who did it, he actually did it into my hair. What? Yeah, you at least had the decency to do it on the chair. I go, he leaned forward and did it into my hair and into my shirt. Oh. And the Moti goes, see, Stav, you are not so bad then. And I wanted to go, no, Moti, that's incorrect, sir. She's still very, very bad. Just not as bad as this guy. But he's a great dad because he kept kissing her on the forehead. And again, if he's her dad, he might not have been. This could have been his thing. Who knows? Because he's holding her close and he's kissing her on the head and he's reassuring her and telling her that everything's going to be okay. And then I am too. Stav, are you okay? Stav, I know it's hot in here because we got the heat on. I said, but I have to turn the air on because with this smell in the car, we can't have the heat on because it will grab all of our faces. Is that okay? Okay. So I turn the air on. Stav, do you want anything to drink? I have water up here. No, I'm okay. Thank you. And meanwhile, Stav, is your dad going to continue to draw my fucking window in addition to you puking in the back seat? Maybe you guys would like to get in the front seat and fuck the front of the car up too? Is that possible? So I drive to Marina Del Rey in the pouring fucking rain and I pull over to the curb. And he goes, I am very sorry. Thank you so much. You have been so good to us, so good to us. And I'm like, well, that's no problem. I go, I wasn't going to leave you stranded. I'm sorry that this happened. Because she's now laughing and kind of joking around in the back seat with him because she feels so much better. Because again, she just fucking Linda Blaired the shit out of my back seat and she's fine. So Moti's like, thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate it very much. But let's go, Stav. And I said, Stav, you okay? She goes, I am. I said, okay. Thank you. And she turns around in the seat and gets the biggest smile I've ever seen on a child and just goes, you're welcome. And I literally went, Stav. And I shook a fist at her and she started cracking up. And she goes, Daddy, Daddy. And he looks and he goes, what? And she goes, he said, thank you. And I said, you're welcome. And he goes, oh, Stav. And he hugs her and he closes the door. Stav. And she laughed when I did it. Thankfully, she got it because I got it. Yeah. You're welcome. And when she went into their house, and they got in their elevator and they went back to take their hot shower and I still had to drive 22 miles to my fucking house in a car filled with vomit. No car wash is open. I Googled. I checked. I Googled where I was. There's these do-it-yourself washes, but it's pouring fucking rain. And what am I going to do? Get on my hands and knees and clean it? I'll go in the fucking morning. I immediately write Uber and I tell them what happened. I send them the photographs. Turns out Uber has changed their reward. If anyone makes a mess in your car, it's now $150. Oof. So I get $150. I got to go to the next morning to get my car shampooed, and then the seats are wet because it's freezing here in LA. I can't roll the windows down. So my seats were wet for 3 days. They're still wet. The seat belts are wet. Now it's Tuesday. And so I couldn't drive all weekend. I had planned to really hardcore it, but I got to admit, once she puked in the car, I just went, I got no, pardon me, no stomach for this at this point. I don't care how fucking clean my car is. Oh my God. And when I walked in and I told them, they saw the seat and they weren't surprised by it, but they shampooed the fuck out of my car. But that was $140. You tip 20 on top of that. That's $160. That's more than Uber gave me. And then I lost 3 days of work.
Oh, Christ.
So I took it in the face pretty good this weekend. But you know what? I couldn't. I couldn't go out. Yeah. I could have put like towels down, whatever the fuck, I guess. But I just went, no, I can't, man. I fucking can't. Because that's not me. I'm not a driver. I'm not a vomit photographer. I'm a comedian and a broadcaster, and I want to be those things for real. So that's why we're setting up the YouTube page, and that's why we're it looks weird to give content out for free, but it's content I've sold for years, and now we're going to make it accessible on YouTube so people who don't know who I am can kind of jump in the beginning instead of being told, well, year 3 was great and year 6 was really good and you should go here. And, you know, it was a good strategy to sell the stuff for a long time, but now, and also, if you've bought it, thank you. I mean, I am so grateful to you for buying it, and I hope this does not look like you're fucked because I'm now giving it away for free after selling it for as long as I did. But this is just kind of the next step. I mean, I think streaming is the way to go to get people on board where they can listen, and they can listen from the beginning and either hear that show evolve or listen to the beginning and go, fuck, I hate this, and never come along with me. I don't care. But I think it's time to give people that chance. And if the ads can work, if the Amazon link can work, I can churn that right back into the show, and then I can start selling tickets and going on the road. And it could be the key to doing what I want to do, which is be paid to be myself. And you guys have been there from the beginning, and you guys have all, people who donate every month, you are so fucking great. Thank you for stepping up and for all your donations and your merchandise purchases. And I hope you'll support the Amazon link as long as we have it. You'll support the YouTube channel. And I plan on doing, like I said, when I go on the road, I want to film shows. That'll be a part of the Patreon thing. I mean, I'll do behind the scenes stuff where I'm on the road, in the hotel. You can come on stage with me. Maybe I'll even do the first 10 minutes and put that out on Patreon so you can see the crowd and hear me talk. I have a lot of things that I think will be interesting, and a lot of things I want to do, and a lot of things that I hope you'll allow me to do by continuing to support us going forward in 2017. Thank you for being here as long as you have. And I hope you will continue to be with us going forward. Thank you for supporting Lily's Patreon page. Thank you for supporting artbydmh.com. And thank you for caring enough to listen as long as you have through this nonsense on a week when I did not think I had a show. Hopefully, I didn't lose you shouting at a fake window on Lily's laptop and you stuck around here for the end. But that's the really good thing about you guys. You always stick around. I tell people all the time, when I drive people, they're like, what do you do? And then if they ask any more questions, I say, I have a podcast. And, usually when you tell people you have a podcast, they think it's you in your basement talking to 2 people in fucking Cincinnati. And they don't realize, I go, well, look, I was very lucky. I was on a very popular show in the beginning, and I had an audience that actually stuck with me for a year when I wasn't doing anything. And then when I started to do another show, they all came aboard. And then I was able to grow that from there through other appearances on Marin and Corolla and the Sklar Brothers and stuff like that, Allison Rosen. And I always get new fans every time I do another show. Every time I do another show, people go, man, who the fuck are you? Where have you been? You're fucking hysterical. Well, I want to give everybody the opportunity to say that and feel that way in 2017 by doing as many appearances as I can, by going out and doing live stuff. And you guys have helped me get to this point. And I hope you'll stick with me while we make as many advances as we possibly can into making this my job and letting this be exactly what I want to do, and not having to do anything, but wanting to do everything. And normally I just talk right here until we fade the fuck out, but I guess I kind of had a weird thing there. I should talk, right? And we'll just talk until here's the talk until I fade out part. It's the part where I talk and I fade out. If you hear the music come in, it means I'm not here anymore, but we're talking until we fade out. Hey,
That's all I wanted. Something special, something sacred in your eyes. For just one moment, to be bold and naked at your side. Sometimes I think that you'll never understand me. Understand me. Maybe this time is forever. Say it can be. Whoa, whoa, that's all you wanted. Something special, someone sacred in your life. Just for one moment, to be warm and naked at my side. Sometimes I think that you'll never understand me.
be happy. Whoa, whoa, I will be your father. Will you put your tiny hand in mine? I will be your teacher. Anything you have in mind, I will be your father. Very happy. I have had enough of time. I will be the one who loves you till the end of time. That's all I wanted, but sometimes love can be mistaken for a crime. That's all I wanted, just to see my baby's dark eyes shine. This time I think that my lover understands me. Understand me. If we have faith in each other, then we can be strong. I will be your father figure. Put your tiny hand in mine. I will be your preacher, teacher. Anything you have in mind, I will be your father figure. I have had enough of crime. I will be the one who loves you till the end of time. If you are the desert, I'll be the sea. If you ever hunger for me, whatever you ask for, that's what I'll be. So when you remember the ones who have lied, who said that they cared, but then laughed as you cried, you beautiful darling, don't think of me, because all I ever wanted it's in your eyes. And love can lie, no. Read me with the eyes of a child. My love is always telling me so. Heaven is a kiss and a smile. Just hold on, I won't let you go, my baby. I will be your father figure. Put your tiny hand in mine. I will be your preacher, teacher. Anything you have in mind, I will be your father figure. I have had enough of crime. Who is gonna want to love you till the end of? I will be your father. I'll be your father. I will be your preacher. I will be your daddy. I will be your father.